All right, chat. Expectations for this are jobless claims. All right, so yeah, I'm showing expectations for today are 212, and then we also have the Philly Fed index. All right. All right, guys, just doing chat. What's up, Dana, Pawn, John, Beach, Vic, Kevin, M. What's up, team? I'm moving a little bit slow today, man. My equities portfolio is doing great. The S&P 500 is breaking highs. Nvidia is getting close to highs. If we look at the SPY broke lifetime highs this morning at 523s. Still not registering yet because we got to break it after market hours, but it's still time. Yeah, we also have the PMI manufacturing report today as well. So we got a lot of stuff today, honestly. Bank of England does their vote today as well. ARM's still up there. Tesla going very green. Tesla up to 177. Got over 1K in Apple, 175 puts. What's the chance Apple drops to 170 today or tomorrow? I'm not sure. Yeah, the Bank of England's not gonna shock people. But although they do shock people more than the Fed here does. Type K. Hey, what's up, man? You think Nvidia will rip today? I mean, it could. It depends on if the market continues, and the whole market continues. It depends on Nvidia. Nvidia shot up during the FOMC meeting. You see, it's testing highs right now. The lifetime high is still at 70s, yeah, 970s. But we've been in the sideways range for a minute now. So, yeah, 70s, yeah, 970. So I'm curious to see what happens. We had a pretty young, yeah. But jobless claims today are pretty big. I'm going to put a timer up. We still got a couple hours, though. But 8:30. It is 6:30 right now, so we got an hour and 50. Yeah, that'll work. And so jobless claims drop. Carvana. We can take a look at Carvana. Carvana up to almost 100, which is crazy for, you know. Yeah, lawsuit on Apple News. Do we have any earnings today? I don't think so, right? Loner, ACN, Academy, Sundial. We got some earnings, but nothing really major or big. Nike, Lululemon this evening, though. So those are kind of big. gold has been one of the things that's flying up. Gold over to 2,200. Nvidia trying to make a test towards out of this range, and I think we've been in this range for a while. So Nvidia trying to get past it. We're at almost 916s, and so technically Nvidia is past this range. So technically Nvidia is like here, right around there. So we'll see if it holds or what happens there with Nvidia, but it'll be fun to watch. Let's do a poll real quick. Does the market continue its bullish run today? Yes or no? Vote on the poll. What do you think jobless claims will be, positive or negative? Your view? Well, jobless claims are expected at 212,000. Higher. It depends on what the market wants. I think there's an argument that the market is gonna go back to normal a little bit more, and so lower jobless claims could evoke a positive reaction. But I really don't know, and jobless claims is one of the less predictable reports I cover here regularly. We just don't know what it's going to be, you know. It's one of the less predictable reports here on the channel. Market's flying up. It's kind of crazy how much it's up. Look at the SPY. Here's the Q. I'll put up the gold chart just so people can see where gold is too, because gold is on a tear as well. Bitcoin, here's enough enthusiasm to see a push higher, maybe even a pullback Friday or early next week. No, next week the market's not closed. Next week we have GameStop earnings. We've got payroll numbers. We've got next week we got PCE data and GDP. He didn't expect bad data. He didn't. The part that he said he's going to cut most likely regardless, or at least he didn't really say that. What he said, David, is that he was, again, I thought he would be hawkish personally, but what he said was he said that essentially that more jobs data does not mean we're not going to cut rates, right? Like that's something he said. Made over 2K yesterday on Tesla and SPY. John, I remember I called 520 weeks ago. Easy money. All I did is ignore fear and use ATR. Yeah, the average true range is pretty powerful. If Tesla stock price sees some resistance or trading higher after hours. I mean, Tesla's up. You know, it's up to 170s. So it's still pretty well. It's up, you know. Hey, congrats 404. That's great, dude. Yeah, I traded yesterday. I took some profit on Tesla is what I was about to say. I'm still in it, but I did take some profit off of it. Tesla's been hella volatile. I've been in it for a long time. I just needed to take some profit on it. My portfolio hit highs. Hit highs this week as well. It's got over 70 grand in it. 70,000 in equity on my TOS account, so it's growing too. Data's coming out at 8:30. More data comes out at 9:45. MU did have earnings. MU killed it with earnings, got up to 114s from 96. MU had a great day, a great earnings release, and that's dragging the market up a little bit as well. Yeah, I mean, go to Apex, bro. Apex, they paid out over 100 million. You know, you could at least try it out. It's like 30 bucks, you know. Now, they're a sponsor. I'm biased, of course, like I always tell you guys, but yeah, if you want to try, a link in the description, you know. It's a good way to learn, though. I talked about it yesterday. The PDT rule is such a ridiculous rule. Like, needing 25 grand to actively day trade stocks is ridiculous, and it makes people put up way too much money in the beginning, and they end up doing it because they want to gamble or because they're justifying it because they think they can get rich, but most of the time they're just going to lose it, and so it makes no sense to start out risking thousands of dollars in day trading. It just makes no sense. Like, try a funded account program. Limit your risk. Yeah, MU. Look at MU here, chat. So here's MU. And this is kind of what's helping drag Nvidia up. MU gapping up big amounts. Let's look at what the numbers actually were for MU. So MU posted huge beats. MU posted good guidance. They posted third quarter revenue guidance of 6.6 plus or minus 200 million. Third quarter EPS of 38 to 52 cents a share on rev of 6.4 to 6.8 versus 21 cents a share on rev of 6 billion. So yeah, way higher than expected guidance numbers for Micron. Adjusted EPS came in at 71 cents adjusted EPS came in at 42 cents, beat the 25-cent loss estimate. So they thought they were going to lose. They ended up beating it massively. Sales of 5.82 billion beat the 5.34 billion estimate. So they killed it, man. They did really, really well on MU, and MU is gapping up to show it like a big amount, you know, a big amount. Gold finally pulling back a little bit. I'm a contractor and people are getting itty with each other. So I think jobs come in worse. Yeah, but I think the nature of jobs are changing. You know, and again, I'm coming at this from a very biased perspective. But I couldn't imagine working a corporate environment right now. You know, but I think at a lot of time, like, some people just don't want to work either, bro. Like, I tried hiring people last year. And I hired a couple different people. Like, I paid them thousands of dollars a month for contract work, for like not even that much work, you know. And like for some of them, like their only job was to like post on Twitter, you know what I mean, to post on Twitter, and like that's basically it. And like a lot of the time, like it would be a big market day on a weekday, and they would stay up playing video games all night and just sleep in and not do anything, you know. And then when I let them go, they're like, what the heck? And it's like, dude, I don't know if it's just young people or what, but like some people just don't want to work, man. You know, that young generation. And I get it. When I was young, I didn't want to work either. Like I kind of did. I didn't have the means to. But I think the nature of work is changing. I think people are working from home. I've said this a bunch of times, but if you really want to, you can make $50,000 plus a year easily from home without needing to work for somebody else like that, you know, without needing to work a corporate job. You know, so I think what we're seeing right now is that we're seeing the benefits of corporate work are going down relative to the benefits of working from home. Like, you can work from home, make a similar amount than you're going to work at corporate, work for yourself, have more freedom. It's going to be a lot less stressful. And you're not going to have to worry about, you know, getting laid off or being late or whatever it is. It's going to be on your own time, your own stuff. There's just so many different ways to make money from home now. Technology has evolved to make it this way. And that's a beautiful thing, you know, a beautiful thing, I think. I was always a big believer in work from home. You know, I had a job at this company where I was managing employer benefits, man. And like, what got me away from it, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It really was. Like, it really was the best thing that ever happened to me. In hindsight, I'm grateful it happened. Like, I worked at this job, right? And like this job, I was a temp at first. And so I'm working as a temp. And we've got like 40 other people, you know. And like, you know, I call myself an introvert. But like, I'm also kind of outgoing. I can make myself be outgoing. And so I'm friends with everybody at work, right? And like, everybody's like kind of my friend there, and we're all hanging out, joking around, you know, daily. And so I get to know them, and they're telling me stuff. Like, they're telling me if they get raises, if they get hired, if all this different stuff happens, you know. And so like, we're taking their we're getting evaluated, and I get 100 out of 100 on the evaluation, like a perfect score. But like, instead of them giving me the full-time job, they gave somebody else who I know, who was like my friend. They gave her an upgrade from the temp job, even though she got a much worse score on all of her evaluations, just because she was like homies with the boss, you know, with the main evaluator. And then they had a new manager come in that was like being a jerk. And so I left, right? And it was literally like Survivor. Like, they were coming in, like tapping people on the shoulder. And I saw every one of my friends there get let go. And so at this point, I'm assuming I'm going to get let go too, right? And so I'm waiting for them to just tap me on my shoulder. And at this point, I would like 90% of the people I started working there with, who were all my friends, got laid off, basically. Like, didn't get upgraded from a temp position. And so they finally came to me, and they were like, hey, you know, and they told me, they were like, hey, we know you did better on your evaluations than everybody else. And so in my mind, I'm like, hey, I should be getting this job then, you know. And they're like, but we just don't have the resources right now to bring you out from a temp. We're going to keep you as a temp. We still want you to work for us, but we're going to keep you at the same pay as a temp. And I remember I was just like, nah, I'm good, you know, like, I'm good. Like, and I walked away from it, and they called me begging for me to come back. And at this point in time, I was kind of like a young, stubborn 20-something-year-old who was just like, nah, like, I'm not doing that. Like, the boss lady called me and wanted me to come back. And so, but I never did, right? And again, if I would have gone back, dude, I would be so unhappy. I would be so unhappy. Like, the amount of money I make now relative to what I made at that job, or what even the top people make, you know, it just wouldn't have been worth it. And so it was a blessing. But that corporate, you know, those corporate politics are, you know, cutthroat, man. I can't deal with that. I hate doing that. I don't want to, it should be based off of job performance. That's all I'm saying. Not how cool you are with the boss. Like, I don't know. But again, it was the best thing I ever did, man. It was the best decision I ever made. Again, if I was working there, dude, I'd be making like $14 an hour, $15 an hour when I started. And what I ended up doing was I came home, I ended up starting my own business, and I started this YouTube channel. You know, and I was bartending at the time as well, so I really didn't need the job like that. Like, you know, if I needed the job, I probably would have taken it, but it's a long story, but yeah. I'm not going to say where it was. I don't really want to tell people my job history. I'd rather not. That's too much personal stuff, but yeah. I was managing employer benefits, so I used to like manage United Airlines employer benefits, and I would enroll them in like PPO, HMO, you know, tell them what each one of them meant, stuff like that. It was a good job. It was an easy job for me, you know. I'm glad everybody voted correctly. I don't know, bro. People were so upset about and I get everybody was wrong. I don't know why people expected a cut yesterday. It's like y'all can literally watch this stream and see me be right. Top 3 greatest predictors of all time ever in the world right now. Y'all could literally see me be right about every Fed meeting decision and yet still go against the expectation. Why? And it's not even that I'm good. I mean, I'm top 3 greatest predictor of all time ever, but it's not even that I'm good. Like, it's super easy to understand what the Fed's about to do. You can look at the CME watch tool. It'll literally tell you what the Fed's about to do. You know, you look at this watch tool. So again, we look at this in June or in May, 88% chance of a pause again, an 88% chance of a pause in May. A 12% chance of a 25 basis point cut. So, not too bad. You know, not too bad. I think we're probably going to pause again, but it's a little bit more polarized now. Like, or not polarized, it's a little bit more up in the air. You know, 12% of people still think we're going to cut rates in May. I think May's too early. I think inflation data needs to get better. If inflation data gets better, I expect this percentage to change a little bit leading into it. And again, tomorrow we have, or next week we've got PCE data. So that might be a gauge on what happens. PCE is the Fed's preferred metric for inflation. And so PCE, core PCE is the big one. That comes out next week. Well, I mean, I've got multiple different sponsors. I make money as a software developer as well. And yeah, we do a bunch of different stuff now. But the amount of money I make now versus then, it really, like, over time, it changes. Right? Like, I've said this before. I used to say if I could make, you know, $1,000 a month, I'd be good. Right? And then I said, oh, if I make $2,000 a month, I don't have to worry about it. And then I say, oh, if I make $5,000 a month, I'm going to be rolling. I'm just going to be super happy. And then you make $10,000 a month, and then you're like, and then you start making more than that. And over time, it numbs the happiness that you get from money, you know. Is what it is. It numbs the happiness you get, and you kind of got to look into hindsight. You got to look in hindsight and be like, hey, you remember when you wanted to make this much, and if you could just make this much, you would be set. Now you're making this much. You know, be happy. It's hard to, you know, be happy about what you're going. You know, the human brain always wants more. Is what it is. Like, greed is always there, and it's really easy to say, oh, well, if it was me, I would be happy with this, or I'd be happy with this. But you don't really understand until you actually start to bring in that. And then you're like, oh, well, now I want this, you know? It changes. Yeah, it changes. I'm the only person in the world with my name. Carmen? What about Carmen Sandiego? Huh? No, you're not. Powell sticks to his word. He's just predictable. Then one day you think, I don't really like that Lambo anymore. Yeah. My wife and I talk about it all the time. Like, my wife and I take a step back and, like, look at our life, and we're like, how did we get here? You know? And, like, why aren't we... Like, we're happy. Like, we're happy with each other. We're happy in this life. But you get so busy, man, with family and kids and stuff like that. You just get so busy, it's hard to stop and appreciate what you have. It really is. Do layoffs affect jobless claims? Yeah. Jobless claims are how many people are filing for unemployment. So if they get laid off, those are the people that are going to be filing for unemployment. So yes. Are you looking at Reddit today? Isn't Reddit, did they IPO yet? I know they were supposed to IPO. What's the symbol for Reddit? And I'm not trying to brag about any of this stuff. I'm trying to tell you guys that it really does, like, your appreciation for monetary things starts to change the more money you make, you know? And I saw a good video that explained it. And it was like, you think you're doing really great making $2K a month until you meet somebody making $10K a month. And then you think you're doing really great making $10K a month until you meet somebody that's making $100K a month. You know, then you think you're really doing great at $100K a month until you meet somebody that's making $1 million a month, right? And then you can extrapolate that over and over again until, you know, you get to whatever, you know, you want it to be. But yeah. RDDT, is it out yet? When's it go live? I've heard about the Reddit IPO for a month now. When's it go live? Yeah, the Bank of England. The Bank of England is more likely to shock the world, though, relative to Powell. Yeah. Then you meet Elon Musk, you know. Today. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll watch it. Yeah, money's not everything. Once you start to earn a certain amount, everything else becomes, you know, yeah. It definitely helps without question, you know. Because one thing that causes unhappiness is stress. Stress causes unhappiness, and the more money you have, the less stressed you are generally. Sometimes more money, more problems, and that's true. But in terms of like general stress, like it's a different feeling, because I've been there where you're worrying about how you're going to pay for bills. That's a different type of stress, you know, a different type of stress. And I've been there too, you know. All right, guys. AMC still not moving up, man. I see the ape community still talking about a crazy squeeze that's going to happen sometime. I don't know. Gold trying to move up. Gold's over 2,200. Again, MU dropped earnings and killed it and did great, gapping up huge amounts, big percentages for MU. You can see Nvidia's kind of following suit. It's up there over 914s right now. The lifetime high is still 970s for Nvidia, so we still got a lot of time to get that. This is great advice for me as a young man new to stocks and working. Yeah, the best advice I can give young people, though, is like, and again, I'm going to preface this with, I am not a financial professional. Don't sue me. I'm not liable if you lose. I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Don't sue me. Not an investment professional, you know. And remember, I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right. Now, with that said, if I could give advice to young people, it's take risks when you're young. Now, that doesn't mean gamble your money, but like when you're young is the time to take risks. You're going to have a lot of people that just tell you to save money. They're just going to say, save, bro. You'll live really good when you're 65, but you don't want to live good. I mean, you want to live good when you're 65, but you want to live good earlier than that. You know, you don't want to have to wait until you're 65 to live good. And in order to do that, in order to live good when you're young, you got to take risks, you know, and the human spirit is resilient, and so when you're young, you're more able to handle failures and risks and stuff like that. So when you're young is the time to take risks. Now, I'm not saying day trade your life away or go to the casino. What I'm saying is, like, if you want to start a business on something that you're passionate about, do it when you're young, you know. All right, chat. We got jobless claims, unemployment filings. Crazy, I made profit in Apple calls yesterday, then bought one put for news to hit. Hey. Yeah, Apple down. What is ALAB? Aster Labs? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Stay out of non-asset related debt. Oh, of course, yeah. Apple at 177. So Apple's down a lot. Amazon's still at 178. Amazon's up a lot too, though. MU kind of tech dragging everything else up with it. What's up, Radical? Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Does the market continue its bullish run today? 68% say yes. Yeah, investing is the big one, you know. Like, trading is great. You can learn trading when you're young, and it's great. And again, I'm a trader. My channel is literally called Beginner Trading, right? But learn to invest and take advantage of compound interest now, you know. Like, start just putting, I would say when you're young, man, put like $4,000 a year into stocks. Or not stocks only, but put $4,000 a year into the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, gold, real estate investment trusts, and maybe some bonds if you want to diversify for less risk or whatever. But yeah, but do that, and by the time you're 30, you will have a very nice, strong portfolio backing your life, you know, and that's a good thing. You're gonna have to take some sacrifices when you're young, but still, yeah. Again, I'm not an investment professional, though. Don't copy me. Yeah, Roth IRAs, a good move. I called the bottom on Boeing. Yeah, I'm not touching Boeing, man. Too risky. They're not down enough. Like, listen, I like buying up overreactions, but Boeing isn't down enough for me to buy it. If Boeing dropped to like 130s, I'd buy it up in a heartbeat. Right, but Boeing didn't drop that much for me to want to buy it. Like, I need a bigger overreaction for Boeing before I want to buy it up, especially with all the crazy news they got going on. Nvidia up to 917s now, broke over the previous lifetime high, or not lifetime, broke over the previous pre-market high, and now it's kind of sitting there. So let's see if that holds as support or not. Yeah, compound interest is a powerful thing. You know, again, we can look at it. So, right. So let's say, you invest $4,000. Let's say you invest $5,000 at 20, right, into the stock market. We're gonna use this because it's the easiest way to show how powerful compound interest can be, right. But like, let's say you invest $5,000 into the stock market. Let's say you get an annual return of about 10% on average, right? All right, and then again, so first year 5,500, second year 6,000, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year, eighth year, ninth year, 10th year. So in 10 years, that is going to turn into about 13 grand, you know. But let's say you invest $5,000 a year for 5 years. You know, so you take $5K a year, you invest, that would turn into 1.1 after the first year, 5,500 plus another 5,000. So after the first year, you're gonna have 10.5K. Let's not even use compounding. Let's just say after 4 years of doing this, you have $20,000, right? So $20,000 compounding over 10 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to have over 50 grand. And so it'll grow. By the time you're in another 10 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're going to have $134,000 from that. So it grows quick. Like compounding will give you a really nice like growth over a 10 to 20 year period. You just got to do it. You know, and if you keep adding to it, this is going to be even more steep of a climb. Nvidia is starting to break highs. Disney is up. I'm in Disney. How's it doing? Disney is up. Where's all the people that made fun of me for buying Disney? My average price on Disney is 91, roughly 91. Almost a little bit under that, actually. It's 90.96. But who made fun of me for buying it? Where are you at now? I'm probably going to take profit here, though. It's time. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take profit here. It's time. It's just up so much. All right, we got out. We're out of Disney. We held it for a long time, though. You know. All right, so does the market want higher or lower jobless claims data? Is a question. Where's Jimothy? I don't know where Jimothy went, man. The joke here, number one, the Jimothy joke has to do with The Office. If you've ever seen The Office, Michael's talking to Jim, and he says, "Do you mind if I call you Jimothy?" And Jim says, "Sure, Jimothy." You know. Anyways, somebody bet me that they were going to cut rates yesterday. And I took the bet. I said, all right, done, you know. Again, I don't know why people always, like, traders have to understand where they're getting manipulated from, man. You know, like every single decision like this, even though everybody knows it's highly expected for them to pause rates again, for whatever reason, people are so desperate to be contrarian. They get fooled by media, right? You got a bunch of experts that tell them we're going to cut now, even though it goes 99 to 1, we're not. It's just crazy. And then every single one, people take that contrarian view. Every single Fed decision, they come in here and they try to go with outside of what's expected, even though it's 99 to 1. And every time I tell them the same thing, I say, look, you're almost certainly wrong. Like, you're almost certainly wrong. If you think Powell's going to come in here and just shock everybody and do a surprise rate cut, even though it's a 1% chance, again, you don't understand the Fed. People get wrapped up. They want to be contrarian. They follow the media. And again, it's all love. Like, you know, I'm not making fun of anybody. I've been wildly wrong about anything and everything. And so, but this is one of those things, like I've covered every major Fed meeting, every one over the past year plus. Powell and the Fed have not gone outside of what's expected once. You know, it's super unlikely. Like, maybe if it's polarized at like, or maybe if it's a little bit more split at like 60-40, sure, you can bet on the less expected one. But if it's 99 to 1, why is anybody expecting a rate cut there? Again, it has to do with a fundamental misunderstanding of the Fed and like the expectations here. You know, maybe it's my fault. Am I not doing a good enough job explaining how to look at this data? I try. And again, whoever bet that the market was going to cut yesterday or that the Fed was going to cut rates yesterday, if that was you, look at why you thought that. You know, whoever's telling you that they were going to cut yesterday, ignore everything they say. All right. Most of the time they're like, it's confirmation bias. Like if you're in real estate or you're in mortgages and you want interest rates to go down, you might be desperate for the Fed to start cutting rates and bringing interest rates down. But just because you want it to happen doesn't mean it's more probable, especially if it's a 99 to 1 chance that it's not going to happen. People just have to be smart. and understand, like, try to be objective, you know. But that's the only reason, like, maybe some people just really want interest rates to go down, and so they're so desperate for Powell to start cutting rates that they overestimate the likelihood of it. Yeah, they lost. I was a bit surprised about the Fed's initial announcement about coming rate cuts. Yeah, it's still too early. I mean, inflation's not really where we want it to be. It's still 3 to 4%. I think it's way too early to start cutting rates, personally, myself. But, like, that's just me. I don't know. I feel much better today. I can still tell it's a little bit lingering in terms of, like, my nose and my throat, but I'm feeling better. Does he talk anything about the market? First time here? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the Fed decisions and rate cuts and Nvidia. Nvidia's kind of sideways. The SPY trying to make it back over the volume weighted average price looks good. I did program another script here, chat, so check it out. Let me save this. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. So I did build another script that automatically documents support or resistance on a chart. On Thinkorswim. I did build another script. Add study. Where's my studies? I want to see my studies. I think I made it in J. Where's my scripts? User defined. Oh, here they are. All right, there it is. All right, so look, it automatically documents support or resistance on the chart for me. All the major ones, right? So here's a major one. I can make it a little bit more strict, should I? So this is it so far. It automatically documents support or resistance on the chart. Should I make it more strict? I think I'm gonna try to. Oh, it's making me log back in. All right. There we go. Hey, thank you, Dario. Appreciate it, man. Pivot point study and toss? Is it the same thing? It's a little bit different. It's definitely different in these levels. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I just asked it to be a little bit more strict though. So let's build this. All right, so it's giving me some type of error here. Let me mess with this. Where do you think they'll keep Tesla price? John, do you think they'll keep Tesla price elevated until earnings? Maybe. You know, maybe. It's hard to tell. All right, so let's see. All right. There we go. All right, so this is supposed to make it more strict. I don't know if it does or not. It's a little bit too much clutter on my chart for now. We're going to take this off and keep playing with it in the background. So yeah, we're just going to take it off, keep playing with it in the background. What do you guys think is Tesla chart's going to do? Here's gold. Here's Tesla right here. Tesla at 177. Got all the way up to almost 180s. Remember, we got GameStop earnings next week. So we do have GameStop earnings next week. If the market runs, I buy as many December cheap puts into this run as possible. November will be the black swan event no matter which side wins the election. Yeah, I mean, maybe. But again, you got to understand this. All right, like, listen. Betting against... Okay. You know, and again, I want you guys to recognize something here. Is that I've been saying the same thing for years, and time has proven me correct. Despite what your favorite YouTuber who's predicting a crash every other week says. Right? What have I been saying for years? I've been saying the biggest edge in markets is on the upside long term. Like, markets are going to move up long term, and betting against that edge is the biggest sucker bet you could ever find yourself involved in the markets. I'm not saying you can't isolate shorter term shorts. What I'm saying is that seeing the market go up and mistakenly thinking that it has to come back down is a huge mistake, because over time, markets go like this. Over time, markets are going to go like this. And so if you're betting that the market has to come back down in this way, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't. Maybe it does in this instance. We don't know. I'm not saying we don't crash, but I've been saying this since the SPY. I've been saying this since the SPY was right here. You know, I've been saying it since the SPY was right here. And a lot of your favorite YouTubers were telling everybody fire and brimstone was going to start right here and that the market was just going to crash. And then the market had one of its most successful years ever. It went up 24% last year. And so I guess my point, the overarching point I'm trying to make, is that it might seem tempting to short short the market when we're ripping up, breaking highs, and the market looks really strong. It might be really tempting to say, hey, the market has to come back down. It doesn't. I'm here to tell you it doesn't. You know, and again, the problem with this is that a lot of these guys, that a lot of your favorite YouTubers who are calling a market crash here are still calling a market crash to this day. And the problem is that, like, okay, so we're right here. Say we do crash here, right? Where are we going to drop? We're going to drop what? To right here? You know, right here for a market crash? We're still going to be above the level that they said we would crash at. And so they're still wrong, even if we crash here. And so my point is, look, betting against the upside of long-term markets is a risky, risky bet. Betting against the strongest, most powerful companies in the world is a risky bet. Now, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying there's no edge doing it. What I'm saying is that the longer you hold something on the long side that's a blue chip stock, the more likely you are to make money. The longer you hold a short on a blue chip stock, the less likely you are to make money, because the more likely it is to move up over time. And you don't want to get tricked into thinking, like, the easiest way to put it is, I knew people telling me Nvidia was a short that bought really expensive put options at $400 right here. I know people that bought thousands of dollars of put options here. I didn't, but I know people that did. And again, they had the same logic. They said, oh, well, Nvidia is just up so much, it's got to come back down, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just simply doesn't, you know? And so just be smart, guys. I'm not saying you shouldn't short. I don't know. I don't know what the market's going to do. Maybe it corrects. Maybe it drops. Maybe it comes back down. I've been very consistent with what I say here. And, but yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, just be careful. You know, you don't, like, people watch The Big Short. They idolize, you know, that movie. They want to be the next big market crash predictor. And again, a lot of YouTubers that you follow, they're going to get more clicks and views if they tell you the market's going to crash or correct, right? So they're conflict of interest in that regard. So just be smart. Yeah, you can't fight this run. It's just a risky bet, man. And again, like, I'm not saying, look, I'm not even saying that we're not going to correct. I think the market could use a correction personally. And again, I'm up big. My portfolio hit lifetime highs. And so I'm up, like, I'm happy with this run, you know, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But again, because I don't trust it doesn't mean I'm going to short it. Like, my mentality is I never short blue chip stocks. I just don't short blue chips. Not unless it's a really specific, obscure scenario that I think is just really good risk reward or something. Maybe then. But the only thing I'm shorting it with is money I'm okay with losing. If I don't like something, if I think something's just too extended on the upside, I just don't buy it. Like, I'm just not going to buy it. I'm not going to short it. And I think that's a very powerful process and system, you know, and I think that's going to help a lot of traders who are trying to short at tops and just getting punished as the market keeps breaking highs. Instead of needing to short something when you think the market's extended, just stop buying. You know, only buy when you get large pullbacks. Your edge is going to be noticeably better in that situation, I think. But again, that's just me, and maybe this has to do with my own system and style of trading. I don't know. Not an investment professional. Don't copy me. Nvidia inflating that stock, though. Yeah, I mean, Nvidia's dragging the market up without question. AMD, yeah, AMD, MU's really what's doing it. AMD's breaking highs. But again, the reason all this stuff is really up right now is MU had earnings, and they killed it with earnings. They had amazing earnings. They went up big on earnings, and they had much better than expected guidance, EPS, and revenue. So their EPS, which is margins, came in much better than expected. Their revenue, which is kind of like the profit ceiling, like the potential ceiling of, you know, the company, that was much higher than expected. Guidance was way better than expected as well, and they gapped up to show it. They're gapping up from 96 to 112s. Huge percentage gap up. And this is a microchip stock, and the rest of the microchip world is sympathy moving up from it. Nvidia, AMD, I'm sure Intel's probably up. Yeah, Intel's up. So a lot of stuff's following it up right now. Apple's the big one that's down. Bad news for this one. Tesla's up today. So Tesla at 177s looks good. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, what a black swan means in markets, there's a lot of trading jargon that people might not understand. A black swan means an unlikely event, like an unlikely event that causes massive volatility, but it's an unlikely, unpredictable event. That's the point of it. It's that it's not predictable. It's something that that comes out of nowhere that's impossible to predict is what a black swan event is in markets. Yeah, I think the easier way to make money from 2020 was how I did it. So in 2020, I made money. Again, I've said this 1,000 times. And so again, I'm going to repeat something that I've said over and over again because I think it's a good lesson for traders. I really do think it's a powerful lesson for traders in a lot of different ways. All right. So after 2020 happened, stocks were down huge percentages. Everybody was claiming it's the end of the world. And again, after 2020 happened, short term, we had this massive correction in markets. You can see this huge drop in the SPY right here, this huge drop in the SPY. I bought up United Airlines, and I made a video about it on another channel about buying up United Airlines. Because United Airlines had dropped from like $90 all the way down to under 20. And so I made a video saying, yo, I'm buying up United Airlines right now. I bought it at like $25. And again, once I made that video, a lot of people commented on that video making fun of me for buying United Airlines. They told me my picks were garbage. They told me that it was a dumb call. It was a dumb pick, that I didn't know what I was talking about. Again, bears are bears, right? So the market's on fire. You're dumb for buying right now, blah, 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 right? Anyways, I bought it, and we had all these negative comments. United Airline went up over 100% in a couple weeks. And then it's genuinely like all the people that made fun of me went up and deleted all their comments, and what happened. And I did the same thing with MGM as well. I did the same thing with MGM. I think I bought call options on MGM after it happened because MGM dropped under $10. It dropped to like $6. And so again, same thing here. My logic was like, look, I know 2020 is going on. Airlines are necessary. They're not something that people want to do. They're something people need to do. And so I think airlines are going to be fine. And I think this drop is too much. It's an overreaction. Same thing with MGM. People need to stay in hotels. People are going to do this regardless. And so with these super cheap prices, I'm going to buy it up. The overarching point I'm trying to make is that, number one, that was the easy money for me in 2020, was just deep overextension on the downside with a lot of these companies. Number two is that you kind of have to go your own way in markets. Like, you got to do your own thing. Like, you're going to have people that make fun of every trade you get into, despite which side, which direction, which trading idea, which strategy you're using. And I'm not saying you should ignore logic and trade super unreasonable strategies. But what I'm saying is that if you want to buy something that's down big in mid caps and penny stocks, I mean, maybe not in penny stocks, in mid caps or large caps, do what you got to do. I'm not here to stop you from it, because again, a lot of my most successful trades are trades that people make fun of when I get involved with them, and then it's kind of crickets afterwards. Again, they did it with MGM, they did it with United Airlines, they did this with Target. I bought Target, around $100, somewhere around here, and Target, crickets after that one ripped up over a couple month period. I did the same thing with Disney. I just got out of Disney today. I bought it. My average price was like $90. Anytime it drops down to $75, $80, $90, I buy it up. I have always bought it up when it does that. And again, it's super consistent. Disney is one of those stocks where over the past few years, almost every single time it dips down to $95, $85, $80, I buy shares. And then I ride it up to about the same level every time, to be honest. About 110, 115 is usually where I cut it. I get out. If it dips back down there eventually, I do the same thing, and it works. It's worked for me, at least. I can't guarantee it's gonna work for you, but yeah, it's worked for me. Shouldn't have maintained Fed rate, be strong for the dollar. Why'd it tank yesterday? The dollar is going to go the opposite of the market. And the market liked Powell's comments. And so the market went up, the dollar went down. Same thing with Snapchat. Like people on like for whatever reason, either people are just sitting around looking to make fun of me about trades, or people get really emotional about different stocks. You know, and I think if you find yourself being really emotional about one specific stock on why you shouldn't buy it, you're just wasting time. Like you really shouldn't care if somebody buys up Snapchat or Target or Disney, you know, and if you do, you're trading wrong, you know. Hey, yeah, thank you guys. We broke 131K yesterday. All right. So again, here's Nvidia. There's Disney. There's the SPY. SPY at 522s. What stock should I look at for today for options trading on $20? What? $20? On $20? I mean, number one, stop spamming, please. Don't say the same thing over and over again. Okay, you're about to get put in timeout if you say it again. Okay, yep. We'll put you in a minute timeout. Please stop. Yeah, Disney's Disney, man. People get emotional. They get emotional about politics or whatever it is. But again, I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Like my daughter and I love Star Wars. You should always care what the street thinks about a stock. Just don't make it personal. Sure. And it's fine if they have a valid argument against it. But some people just make fun and insult stocks without having any justifiable reason behind it. You know, a lot of it has to do with they didn't buy it 6 months ago and now it's up big. And so they're mad about it. And so they hate the stock or whatever. A lot of emotion floats around in trading, I think, you know. Yeah, they did give me options. I was like, oh, I can time them out for a minute. I can time them out for, you know, 5 minutes. Hey, John, it's the simple. Yeah, so Dave says something. In jiu-jitsu, there's a very famous joke. I think it was done by Derek Lewis. And the saying is, in jiu-jitsu, just stand up. Just stand up. Like they simplify something that's incredibly difficult. In jiu-jitsu, it's very difficult to get up if you're against somebody that's really good. And so there's a very famous saying. It says, just stand up, you know. That's kind of how I hear your comment there, Dave. Dave says, hey, John, it's the simplest of things. Buy low, sell higher. Yeah, just stand up, you know. I wish it was that easy. I try to buy low and sell high. That's what I do, but sometimes it doesn't work. Hey, John, do you think we'll see a massive sell-off when it opens? I have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. We got about an hour left until jobless claims numbers drop. We also have manufacturing and manufacturing ISM, Institute of Supply Management, manufacturing PMI data, the Purchasing Managers Index. So... I think it's funny when people say they're buying for long term. You have to sell eventually. else, then what's the point? You need to take profits at some point, so really it should be treated as a swing trade. I mean, I'll show you the point. All right. So the point is, all right, so let's say the SPY's at 522, and let's say it earns on average 8%, right? 8%. All right, so this is an average 8% annual return with compounding. All right, so let's see what this looks like in 20 years. So if the SPY's at 522 right now, let's see what it'll look like in about 20 years from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Makes it over $2,500 a share in 20 years on the SPY. And that's the SPY. That's not even the S&P 500, right? The S&P 500 is going to be much different to this. And so my point, it's going to look more like the Dow in 20 years. And so this is why you hold things long term. Sure, you have to sell eventually. But if eventually is in 20 years, you're going to massively profit from it. Massively profit from it. You're almost certain to make money in 20 years on the S&P 500. Yeah, that's why long term is king. Nvidia is up to almost 922, so it's breaking daily highs again. People don't sell until it crashes. I mean, the people who lose the most in crashes are people who sell. You know, I'm not saying you shouldn't sell. It depends. But yeah, it depends. What is it to a WC as I'm confined to a WC? What do you mean by WC, Dave? Yeah, it's all good. I'm just kind of messing with you. I agree. It's simple. I wish it was easy, though. I wish it was that easy. All right, Amazon up to 179.30s. Oh, okay, got you. Got you. Yeah. Sorry, brother. But yeah. Buy low, sell high, you know. What if you didn't sell in 2001? It depends on what you're talking about. Like, you know. Like, you know, so the 2000 high, or the 2001 high was about 120 on the Q. Q's now at 450. And so I'm not saying we're not gonna have delayed long-term downtrends and corrections. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the people who lose the most are people that get emotional and sell, you know, in crashes. And again, I'm not even selling. Do whatever you got to do to protect yourself. If you need that money anytime soon, it might be the right move to sell and then maybe buy it at the lows if you want or whatever. Yeah, it did. It took a long time for 2001.com crash to recover for sure. But Q's pushing up still. Yeah, I'm in Palantir right now. I've been in it. Palantir up to over 25s though. Looks good with all these gains. Man, they're alerting me on these alerts on toss. It's making me nervous. It's the same sound it makes when a trade executes, and I don't want to, you know. All right, 27.50s is the high on Palantir. Yeah, but the economy is not the market, Thomas. You know what I mean? So, like, the economy and the markets are different things. And chat, if you haven't already, check out Apex funded account programs. Apex is a great way. Like, listen, most day traders lose money. And again, I always tell people the biggest edge is long term, but you can make money day trading if you're good enough. It just takes a while to really get good enough at day trading. But most day traders lose, especially in the beginning. The PDT rule makes it really, really crappy for traders because if you want to day trade stocks actively, you're going to need 25 grand in a margin account to be able to do so without restriction, right? You're going to need over $25,000. And for a new trader, that's a crazy amount of risk. Even just putting that much money into one account and trading with it is crazy risky. Most new traders have no risk management skills. And so it's very possible you lose tens of thousands of dollars if you're a new trader and you want to day trade stocks freely. It makes absolutely no sense. Instead of that, try a funded account program in futures. In futures, you can day trade the QQQ price action in the NASDAQ. Look, so here's the SPY. I can day trade the SPY price action in the E-mini. Here's the E-mini. It's the same price action. You'll notice like big dip, bounce, big dip, bounce. This actually has a little bit more liquidity, but it's the same price action. Like this is the same as this. Look, big move up, big move up. And I can day trade this middle one in futures, no PDT restrictions. I can buy market, buy bid, sell the ask. It's very similar to stock trading. There's just no PDT rule, and I can day trade, short, all that good stuff. But again, do not put up thousands of dollars risking that for your first few accounts. It just makes no sense. Instead, try a funded account program. What they're going to do is they're going to give you a demo, and they're going to test your skill. And now you're still risking something. You're risking what you're paying for it. On Apex, the base one's only $30 if you use my link and use my promo code to get 80% off right now. It's only $30. They give you a $25,000 demo account. If you can make $1,500 in profit on that without hitting the max loss of $1,500, so it's literally a 1-to-1 ratio, pretty reasonable. If you can do that, they're going to fund you 25 grand with a 90% split, and they pay out millions of dollars. They've paid out over $100 million to their traders, and this really is the best of both worlds. You have limited risk, and so you're only risking what you pay for it. The base one is $30 basically right now, $30 risk. So if you lose, you're out $30. It's not the end of the world. You still have some pressure because you're still risking something and you're trying to get funded. But if you're good enough to actually pass it, you know, and again, they have a 1-day pass going on right now if you use my link and you use my coupon code BT, Beginner Trading BT. If you use that link, it's a 1-day pass. So if you hit the profit target without hitting the max loss and follow their rules, you get funded same day. Again, Apex is one of the most legit ones in the world. They have accounts though. That one's $30. This is $25K. When they have accounts all the way up to $300,000, and they have $150K, $100K ones. You can pick which ones you like. They have static accounts. It's just really useful. And again, I describe it as kind of being the best of both worlds with day trading. If you lose, you're only out $30, but if you're good enough to pass it, you get a 90% split anyway. So once you're funded, you're keeping most of your profits anyway. And you got a 90% split. You get to keep your first 25K in profit as well. It just doesn't make sense to put up thousands yourself in day trading. Again, try a funded account program. I think still most traders will probably lose these as well because most day traders lose. It doesn't matter what your guru says, what course you take, who you follow. Most day traders lose. It's a lot cheaper to lose this than putting up thousands of dollars, and it's genuinely good for traders because it keeps it small in the beginning. And so again, if you want to check it out, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm super biased in their favor because they pay me money. But again, I genuinely think it's good for traders. I think it's a great way to learn how to day trade. And again, remember, here's the link. You can check it out. Promo code BT, Beginner Trading. BT, all one word. There's the link in chat. You can also find the link in the description. Bank of England rate decision. Yeah, so that's coming out in about 15 minutes. We're going to cover it. It's almost certain to be a pause at 5.25. You know, they're almost certain to come out at 5.25 pause. But maybe not. I don't know. They're a little bit more likely to shock people, but it's still pretty unlikely they're going to do anything outside of a pause. Yeah, I mean, most day traders lose, you know. So again, whatever account you put up in the beginning, you're probably going to lose it. If you choose to make your first account $5 grand, you're probably giving away $5 grand. And so do not do that. It makes no sense. Again, funded account programs in that regard make perfect sense for new traders. Don't throw money away trying to look cool in the beginning. Again, it just doesn't need to happen. Instead, limit your risk with the funded account program. Even if you want a larger one, you're risking $200 for the 300K challenge if you use my link. You know, it just doesn't make sense to risk more than that. Love you, buddy. Have a great day, dude. Love you, bud. Have a great day, man. Have a good day at school, buddy. Today's gonna be a good day, right? Yeah, that's right. Love you, buddy. Bye-bye. Visa is moving up. The Bank of England will probably follow in the footsteps of the Fed. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, I doubt they're going to cut rates. They're probably going to pause. I think Rohit, I'm not sure. You want to check with the site. You can go to the link in the description or the link that I posted and check with them. I'm pretty sure you can, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, I could try to check for you. Hold on. All right, so I'm looking this up. What countries cannot participate? So these are the countries that you're not able to do. I don't see it there. So you should be good to use it. But I'm not 100% sure. Check with them, check with your country. I don't know, but I think you can. Not 100% sure though. Looking at our poll numbers, 70% of people think yes, the market does continue its bullish run today out of 500 votes. When's opening day in baseball? Oh, dude, I missed opening day. It was yesterday. I gotta watch the recap, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm slacking this year on my baseball. Like I usually watch every opening day game, but yeah. How are the Padres this year? They still got Soto. They still got Soto. Oh, the Dodgers too. The Dodgers have Shohei. $700 million. 10-year deferment though deal for Shohei. Who they got starting the game? Again, I'm watching a recap of this. I missed it. They got Yu Darvish pitching. And they got I'm excited for opening day. I played the new MLB The Show as well yesterday too. They got Mookie Betts. You know, honestly, in the beginning I really liked these rules for pitch timers because it stopped like procrastinating the game as much. But man, they've gotten almost too strict, to be honest. Like they're like, and again, it's heating up the game. It's going to be a lot harder to have lower ERAs, I think now. There's Shohei. It's going to be a lot harder to delay the game of baseball now or procrastinate the game, like have these super long games. Wait, did he throw him out? Was that a swing? I don't know, Show. Ooh, double play. Or no, he's safe. Okay. Freddie Freeman. My daughter's favorite player is Freddie Freeman. Struck him out. Yu Darvish, man. He's a killer, bro. He's good. Ooh, is that Corey Seager? Oh, man, that wasn't out. Okay, yeah. All right, chat. Again, we got a little pullback in the E-mini. Here's the SPY. Pull it back a little bit. We got to watch Nvidia. Nvidia started to dip as well. Got up to almost 924s here. Almost 924s. Tyler Glass now is a beast too. Shohei got his first hit as a Dodger. First game, first hit. In an actual game, that is. You know. I should have watched this game. I was just busy yesterday. Honestly, man, Shohei stealing bases makes me nervous, though, bro. This dude's $700 million contract. He pitches and bats. If I'm the Dodgers, I'm not even letting him steal. I'm just going to say, nah, bro. You stay in your lane. Stay on your base. I know he's fast, and that's one of the pros, but I'm swapping him out every time he gets on base. $700 million. All right, we got a little dip. Part of me wants to buy the dip in stocks here. So part of me wants to buy this dip. I don't know. Tesla's still pretty sideways. The SPY pulling back to the 200 EMA and volume weighted average price level. So, again, SPY pulling back to that level. I do kind of want to buy the dip. I'm thinking about buying the dip. I don't know. All right. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I don't want anybody to ruin the game for me. Oof. All right, chat, we are going to be day trading some today. Again, I guess I'm going to try to buy this dip. So we're buying this dip in futures here. We got 3 contracts in futures. We're down a little bit here. Again, we got a little mini dip on a bullish trend. We might add a little bit more if it pulls back enough to it. All right, so there we go. We're almost green. I think I got to give it a little bit more time here. All right, so we're kind of, you see with retracing, we have this little mini hammer candle, but we're completely flat. I will add to this too. So we're completely flat. I want to see a bounce though. We can see we're using micros, which is a huge benefit of Apex. We're using micros, and so our risk is much smaller, but we can also take larger risks if we want. Up a little bit here. Now we're down a little bit. We'll add a little bit more to this. All right, so we got four contracts here. I'm not a big Dodgers fan, but I hope Shohei wins his ring, you know. And so we established a position. I just want to see if we can hold a little bit now. I want to give it some time. I don't want to get... I got faked out a lot yesterday, so I just want to take a little bit slower, a little bit steadier. You know, we could take a couple risks per trade. And, yeah. Try to build up some profit this morning. There's Nvidia at 922. Let's see if it helps me out. All right, so the Dodgers won. Good. Now I can check the chat again. All right, chat, we got 30 minutes here. 30 minutes. Yeah. Oh, did Soto go? Soto went to the, yeah, they sold Soto. He went to the Yankees, I forgot. All right, so we're flat here. We got 5 contracts. Are you going to trade the Reddit IPO today? We're definitely going to watch it. So we're definitely going to watch it. Yeah, moments are the most frustrating. I just play, I play Conquest. The IPO is not live yet. It's not going to go live until market hours, most likely, I think. I'm using Rhythmic, Hugo. All right, again, we bought this little dip. We're down a little bit. I want to see if we bounce, though. Again, we're kind of flat now, so... Yeah, Reddit is RDDT. It's not live yet, though. Conquest is an MLB The Show game. It's a game. It's a video game. All right, so we got a nice little rip up. We're going to take most of that off and then hold 2 contracts. Patience. Again, my job of today is patience. That's what I just want. I want patience. We'll take a little bit more off, build it in that nice little cushion here on the day. I'll take it. We'll go ahead and take out the rest. All right, so we were patient. We made money. That's good. Again, we are trading on Apex. We got the bounce right at the volume weighted average price. This was the idea. We thought we might bounce here. We did. Good. All right, we're still moving up some. I could have held it a little bit longer, I guess, too, but it's all good. All right, guys, we got 30 minutes here, 30 minutes. Jobless claims, unemployment filings. We'll see how this goes. Again, jobless claims, unemployment filings. Again, here we go. So we got 30 minutes, guys, 30 minutes. What's your prediction? Expectations for jobless claims, again, right now are... Okay, so we did have the Bank of England decision. It came in as a pause like we thought it would. It didn't really move markets that much. Maybe that's what helped my trade. Can you give me a random idea for an application to code? What kind of code? Bank of England pumped it up a bit as expected now for jobless claims. Yeah, jobless claims numbers drop at 8:30. We still got about 30 minutes left until this report drops. And again, we're going to stream it live like we always do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Jobless claims or unemployment filings week to week. They are expected today, chat, at 212. And again, historically, we see something in which higher jobless claims numbers is a positive thing. Why is more people filing for unemployment seen as a positive in markets? Well, one of the reasons is because of the inflation implications. Less people working means less spending and ultimately less inflation. That's the argument for it. And so something that we've seen a lot over the past few years is higher jobless claims numbers signaling strength in the S&P 500, strength in markets because of the inflation implications. We also have the Philly Fed Index. The Philly Fed Manufacturing Index also drops today. This is the gauge on manufacturing. It's expected at minus 2.6%. It measures the relative level of business conditions among manufacturers in the Fed district. A level above zero in the index indicates improving, below indicates worsening conditions, and it's expected to show worsening conditions at minus 2.6%. The more negative it is, the worse the conditions are in manufacturing. The higher the number is, the more positive the number is, the stronger manufacturing sector is. And again, I don't know if the market wants more or less manufacturing, to be honest, right now. But again, later on today, we also have manufacturing PMI data coming out. So we do have that dropping as well. So again, be ready for that. And again, we'll see what happens here, Chad. Jobless claims numbers, 8:30. We still got 30 minutes. So we'll see if we get something good. What do you guys think? Does the market want higher or lower jobless claims? I think that's a really good question. Do you think the market wants higher or lower? All right, guys, let's see what jobless claims brings. All right, so look at the SPY still ripping up at 523s right now. 523s. Nvidia at 921.20s. Again, Tesla at 178s. All right, guys, we got almost 600 people here. The Nvidia AI conference is over now. Yeah. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Again, thank you guys so much. We did break 131,000 subs yesterday, 131K yesterday. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Again, my channel hit a new high of 10 million views. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate it. 10 million, guys. 10 milli views. You love to see it. Smart film. There you are. Hey, what's up, Jimothy? I'm going to start calling you Jimothy, sir. There he is. Look, I'll stop trolling you. It's all good, bro. I get it, man. I really do. I guess the question, Jimothy, is why did you think we would cut rates yesterday, sir? Jimothy over here said that he would bet me his bank account we would cut rates yesterday. I told him it wouldn't happen. And here we are. I remember when you 20 subs. Sure you do, bro. Sure you do. Everybody always says that, you know, the likelihood that they were actually here when I had 20 subs is very, very low. Again, I started this channel, right? Like, I'll give you guys, like, I started this channel back in the day. The reason I started this channel was because, like, stock YouTubing was kind of starting to get big. There weren't that many streamers. But everybody was claiming to be a freaking genius, savant, expert. Yeah, I had little teenagers running around with braces trying to act like freaking stock market gurus and experts, trying to act like they know some secret system to the stock market that can earn you 5% daily, guys. And again, like, I thought about it. I was like, look, this is all nonsense. I'm going to create a channel for the other people who don't want that. And we're going to call it beginner trading so that people can understand how it really goes. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just going to go the other way. Instead of telling everybody I'm some great expert, I'm going to tell people I'm new and I'm learning. And that's what we did. We learned, we lost a lot. We stopped uploading. You know, we uploaded like 10 initial videos of me day trading stocks. Lost money, ended up losing $4,000 in like a couple weeks, was distraught about it, and gave up trading for like a year straight. And while I was gone, so I uploaded those videos, they weren't live streams, and I stopped trading for like a year. I stopped uploading. While I was gone, during that year, I would look at my subs. I would get notifications. They'd be like, hey, this person subscribed to your channel. This person subbed to your channel. Eventually, I was like, hey, I'm getting some subscribers. When I came back, I had a different risk management, you know, system. And when I came back, I had hundreds of subscribers, hundreds, right? So I'm like, okay, well, let's make this work. And the rest is history. We're here now. We got a pretty big pullback on the SPY, guys. Remember, we still got 20 minutes before jobless claims numbers come out. 20 minutes here, chat. So again, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell. Hey. Love you. Have a good day at school. All right, chat. We still got about 700 people here live. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Congratulations on my achievements. Top 3 achievements in the world right now. All right. It goes the Nobel Peace Prize, you know, becoming a billionaire, and John growing the beginner trading YouTube channel. Definitely top 3. All right. Listen to those achievements here. Yeah, I remember when Mitch could only come trade 2 days a week because of his construction job. Yeah, man. Mitch with Benzinga used to run this channel with me. I started the channel, and then I brought Mitch on a couple years into it. And he worked with me on the channel for a couple years, and then, you know, he went to Benzinga, and yeah, man, honestly, it's fun to look at where both of us are at now. Like that back then, I was getting like 500 views a stream. you know, like much less. If I got a couple hundred views per stream, I was pumped, right? And so it's fun. And then Mitch obviously has gone on to work at Benzinga and doing a lot of cool stuff as like an analyst. And so it's really dope to look back and see where we were then versus where we are now. Now my channel gets, you know, freaking, like, look, just to look at it, you know, last 48 hours, beginner trading has gotten 50,000 views in 2 days. 2 days. Yesterday we got 30+ thousand. So it's crazy to see how much this channel has grown. We again, back then we kind of day traded penny stocks, and you know, we kind of day traded penny stocks, and you know, and now I'm mostly economics, you know, which is a bigger audience. It's a better niche. But yeah, it's fun to look back. Yeah, Mitch is a good friend of mine. Like, I went to his wedding, you know. I met him in the YouTube chat, in the YouTube comments, you know. But still, Mitch is an outlier. I'm not about to bring any of you guys on and do anything, you know. No offense, sorry. I'm just not about to share my channel with anybody. Mitch is the only person I would, you know. Reddit IPOing today. Do you think it goes successfully? Do you think Reddit IPO is successful, chat? Let me know. Do you? I don't know. Reddit, I think the problem is like monetization. Like, how much money does Reddit really make monetization wise? No rate cuts? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to cut rates until June, July, I think, plus. So I don't know when we're going to cut rates. It's not going to be for a minute, though. How does jobless claims affect the dollar index? It depends on what the data shows. So typically, again, I'm going to tell you guys this. A lot of the time, the market has feared more people working and more people spending because of inflation problems, right? So there is a chance that jobless claims, unemployment filings are going to have a positive correlation with markets, meaning the higher jobless claims, the more people claiming unemployment, the higher the market's going to go up, and vice versa. The less people claiming unemployment, the lower the jobless claims, the weaker the market's going to respond. There is a chance it's like that. I'm not saying it is, and I think honestly, with Powell being so dovish yesterday, it might not be like that. It might be back to more kind of conventional movement in which lower unemployment is good, right? And that would mean less jobless claims is good, you know. But again, I don't know which one it's going to be. It's certainly nuanced, and we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Ricky. Yeah, again, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the market's gonna want here. I really don't. Oh, I make way more money from YouTube than I do from trading. Way more. Way more, you know. But that's not an unreasonable expectation. Like, again, I always say the same thing. If I was a mechanic, right, and I started a mechanic forum as a mechanic, and that mechanic forum started getting 500,000 views a month, you know, eventually you're going to earn much more from that mechanic forum than you are from a mechanic. And that's not an unreasonable expectation. Of course you are eventually. You know, beginner trading gets 500,000 views a month, you know? Like, of course we're going to earn more than my trading. I don't even claim to be a professional trader. We're mostly just economics, you know, and I don't want to be a trading guru. I don't even claim to be a good trader. Like, my channel is mostly based around economics. Like, yeah, we day trade, we swing trade, we invest, and we were green this year. We're green this year. We made money last year in the market as well. And I'm not able to lie about that. I could get in trouble if I lied about that, right? I was net green last year. I'm net green so far this year as well in trading and investing. But, you know, we certainly make more money from YouTube. But that's not an unreasonable expectation, you know. It's not like it's some controversial thing. I would say a large majority of the people on here in trading, if they're a big enough channel, they make more from the channel. Without question, you know. All right, chat. Hey, we got 15 minutes. Yeah, I think people sit around trying to find something to criticize me on. In the end, it just ends up helping my channel. I think people appreciate the fact that I don't claim to be an expert. I literally tell people I'm the top 3 worst trader in the world right now. And I would rather play that side of it than try to claim to be some market guru expert slanging courses to my following. I would just rather not be that. And that's probably helped me grow more than anything else, just being real with people, you know. Again, if I wanted to sell a course and pretend to be some day trading guru living off of his trading profits, driving a Lambo, living in a mansion, I could do so, probably make millions of dollars selling courses on it, you know. But I'm not going to do that because I wouldn't be able to sleep good at night. I'd rather just be real about it. And again, I think people respect that. That's helping my channel grow faster than anything, I think, you know. Gold prediction, I don't know. It depends on what the market data shows up as, you know. Yeah, I feel you, Ian. Yeah, I mean, Ian, you know, you could be a mechanic YouTuber. You got to work on like fancy supercars though, but you could do it. Yeah, I mean, saying it like it's some rumor floating around out there is silly. Like, I'm very open. Of course I make more money on YouTube. I will tell you this. Your favorite day trading guru makes more money from YouTube than he does from day trading. Almost all of them do, you know? So it's not just me. Like, acting like it's just me and I'm over here and it's a controversy is ridiculous, you know? I promise you, your favorite day trading guru makes more from YouTube than they do from actual trading. Hey, baby. How you doing? All right. All right, chat. All right, whatever, that's fine. All right, guys, we got jobless claims numbers dropping in about 8.5 minutes. 8.5 minutes. Give me your predictions. Will they come in higher or lower than expected, chat? Higher or lower than expected? And should I become a mechanic and create a YouTube channel? John's Mechanic YouTube channel is going to be the name of it. Why is his girl always coming at the pre-market hour? No, I'm just messing. She's about to leave. All right, baby. I love you.
I gotta bring the kids to school and like tell John what my plan is for the day. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. John, lift the seat up. I know, man. Listen, I gotta.
I'm his wife.
Yeah. It's not my girlfriend. It's my wife, but that's all right. All right. Top 3 wives in the world right here. Carol, ladies and gentlemen, top 3. Definitely my top 3 wives in the world right now. Love you, baby. Nike earnings. Yeah, we do have Nike earnings today. We got to get some other stuff too. All right, guys, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. We'll see if we get anything good here, chat. All right, chat. Amazon and markets are pulling back a little bit. We still got about 7.5 minutes left. 7.5 minutes. Will this help or hurt the market, chat? Will this help or hurt the market? Beginner mechanic, pretend you repair Lambos, you know? Oh, man. You know what I mean? $218, I think, with jobless claims. Give me your number. Expectations are 212s here, chat. 212s is what's expected. 212s. I'm going to go with 212 is what's expected. I'm going to go with 214. I'm going to say 214 is what we're going to come in at. Complete guess. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything. I'm going to go with 214. Maybe 216. 214 to 216 is my guess for jobless claims. Slightly higher than expected jobless claims numbers. I think this might affect the market slightly positively, where the market goes up a little bit from this. Again, I don't know for sure, though, and I'm just kind of throwing this out there. Let me know what you guys think we're going to get. 208, 207, 217, 205, 200, 214, 209. $214, don't copy me. Hey, you copy me, bro. 208, Jimothy. 212, 197. 29. 206. All right, chat. 6 minutes here. 6 minutes. What's the data going to show? We also have manufacturing services PMI later on today. So, and again, tomorrow we got Big Papa Powell speaking. Again, coming in higher means it's bad for the Dixie, right? Not necessarily. Higher jobless claim signals less people working. It actually might make the market go up and the dollar index move down. Potentially. We don't know for sure, though. It's pretty nuanced. This is a weekly report. It drops every single week. And so predicting the reaction to it is very difficult. I have no idea how the market's going to respond or react to this. Genuinely no idea how the market's going to move with this. We got 5 minutes, chat. 5 minutes. But yeah, truly no idea how the market's going to respond to this. So, yeah. Under 200K. Yeah. All right, chat. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream. Chat. All right, chat. All right, chat. Again, gold at 2,200. We got 4 minutes here, chat. 4 minutes. Hit the live button next to the play button. Again, we get 1,000 plus people here for this report because we cover it quickly. So if you want somebody that's going to drop it quickly on you, that's us here. Be ready, Chad. Be ready. Again, expectations are 212, 212. Philly Fed is expected at minus 2.6 as well here, Chad. Minus 2.6. So again, jobless claims expected at 212. Philly Fed index expected at minus 2.6. And then again, we got manufacturing services PMI. Yeah, we got manufacturing and services PMI at 945 today too. So that'll be interesting. We'll see. All right, chat. We got 3 minutes. I always feel like I'm going skydiving watching these. He says no idea, but I recently found this channel, and he's right, 80% since I came here. Hey, top 3 greatest writers in the world right now. What event Powell speaks for tomorrow? I think he does the introductory remarks to the Fed Listens meeting. Market just goes up. Top 3 going up in the world right now. Yeah, MU earnings. Yeah, he just got banned. John, if jobless claims is 208, I want my bank account back. Only if it's top 3 bank accounts in the world right now do you get it back. All right, chat. Here we go. Here we go. It's time. All right, chat, we got less than 2 minutes left. Less than 2 minutes left. Get ready. We got 1,000 people here live. We're going to throw it in sub-only mode as well, chat. So if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, hit the sub button. We appreciate it. We are going to throw it in sub-only mode. Again, chat, about a minute and a half left. John's channel is 120% the best when it comes to economic releases. Dude, it's legit. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Top 3 in the world right now. Tesla run. Is Tesla running? So yeah, we got Nvidia in the middle, the SPY on the left, Tesla on the right. I'm going to put the SPY in the middle, or the QQQ in the middle here. I'm going to put gold on the left. And then I'm going to put Tesla on the right. Or we'll put the Dixie up on the right. I'm curious that reaction. All right, chat. We got 1 minute left here. 1 minute. We got about 1,100 people here watching live. The Q at 448. So the Q's testing highs of the day. Here we go. 50 seconds. Hit the live button, chat. You want your live button to be red. You could also put it in fast forward mode, but hit the live button next to the play button on YouTube. It'll keep you in real time. All right, chat. Here we go. Jobless claims expected at 212. Jobless claims expected at 212. Again, we got 30 seconds, roughly 30 seconds. Give me your last minute predictions out in chat. Bullish or bearish. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. 10 seconds, really about 5 seconds. So let's go. 212 is what's expected. And here we go. Here's the report. Here's the report. Jobless claims 210. 210 is what came out. 210. Again, we cover it faster than everybody else. 210 versus 212 expected. Lower than expected jobless claims. Lower than expected jobless claims. Market didn't really react that much. Lower than expected jobless claims. 210 versus 212. Market kind of underwhelming reaction. Philly Fed Index came in super positive at 3.2. 3.2 versus minus 2.6 expected. And so again, jobless claims came in at 212. Again, 212 for initial claims. Or no, 210, I'm sorry. Versus 215, 212 expected. Way lower than expected jobless claims numbers. Again, the Philly Fed Index came in at 3.2 versus minus 2.6. And again, hit the sub button, guys. We cover this live every day. We cover it quickly, too. You know we're covering it faster than everybody else, regardless of what they say. And so, again, here's the Philly Fed Index. Super positive versus expected negative number. Here's the jobless claims numbers right there. But again, better than expected. So far, the market has slightly reacted down here. Slightly reacted down. And again, 210 versus 212, lower than expected. And the market is not liking this move. Dollar index is moving up. Gold is moving down. We might buy this dip, though. We're up a little bit today. We'll keep playing with it. Let me see. It's not dippy enough, to be honest. Let's see if this triggers a bullish run now. All right, so we just made about 20 bucks. We're still day trading this here. You can kind of see we're still up pretty big. We're going to cover another piece. Another piece. We're holding one contract now. Scalping this. We got it right at that support level. We'll hold the rest break even maybe here. See if we can run up even more. And again, we are day trading on Apex funded account programs. They give you a demo. It's the cheapest way to learn day trading and potentially get funded if you don't have that much money. Again, I'm buying market, selling market, and I'm day trading the Q price action, what's called the NASDAQ E-mini. And I can day trade short, buy market, sell market, all that good stuff. No PDT rule in futures. And these funded account programs genuinely limit your risk and allow you to get started with much less than you would need. Most people need thousands of dollars to put up in the beginning. On these, they give you a demo. The base one's only $30. They give you a 25K demo. If you can make $1,500 in profit without losing $1,500 beforehand, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. They fund you 25K as long as you follow their rules with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 25K in profit. And so your risk is limited. If you lose, you're only out $30. But if you're good enough to pass it, you get 25K in funding with a 90% split. It's the best of both worlds. Limited risk, rewards similar to putting the money up yourself. Great way to learn day trading. And again, you can day trade the Q price action, the SPY price action, and what's called the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 E-mini. And again, great way to learn day trading. And if you don't have that much money and you want to get started, it's a lot cheaper than putting the money up yourself. You can check it out right here. It's called Apex. You can see the link right there. Just use my promo code BT, beginner trading, BT, all one word. Yeah, flash data comes out at 10 or at 9:45. But again, so far, we've got a little bit underwhelming reaction. The dollar index is moving up on this data as well, but not a huge reaction here. Nightbot just posted it. All right, chat. All right, so dipping a little bit more. The dollar index still coming back up a little bit. Get ready. We are going to day trade live at the opening bell. We also have manufacturing and services PMI dropping at 9:45 today. 9:45. And then we got Powell speaking again tomorrow. We've got Nike earnings this evening as well. Again, Nike, Lululemon, FedEx, Direct Digital, a couple other companies dropping also. How much am I up today? I've been day trading and having pretty good success. I've been a lot more patient this morning. We are up 7-to-1 win-loss ratio today. We are up a cool $65. We'll take it. Nice little cushion heading into the opening bell. We'll see if we get some good stuff today too. Hopefully the choppiness is done from the Fed. The expected number varies source to source. And so some people expected 12, some people expected 15. It varies, to be honest. And so again, I just copy and pasted that number from TOS, but it varies. All right, chat. Big moves up. Who's bluffing about what? Apex versus Top Step. I'm not going to go through that right now. There's pros and cons to each. Apex is dope because you can use a bunch of micro contracts. And again, that's kind of what you see me trading here is micro contracts. I'm going to buy this dip. I think we pulled back enough. But again, I can scale in with really small size on Apex and use a bunch of micros. And I think that's really, really useful trying to get funded and once you are funded. So we're in 2 contracts or 3 contracts of the micro here. I'm going to take one more. And then we're just going to keep it at 4 contracts. Try to be patient here and get a bounce. Man, the Q's still dipping fast, though. Look at the Q drop. All right, so there we go. We're slightly green. We got a nice cushion on the day, so no matter what, we're going to be okay. All right, again, we're green. I need a larger pop-up than this. There we go. I'm gonna limit my risk and take a third of this off just in case. It's struggling to get up here. It consolidated a little bit, of struggling to get up, but we're gonna stay in our 3 contract position and just kind of wait. And again, this is the really good thing about Apex, is that I can use micro contracts. Just remember, if you want to check out Apex, use my promo BT, Beginner Trading. It helps support free day trading content. Like, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not selling a course. I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. And we're just reporting free economic data, explaining economics in an understandable way, and helping people, trying to tell people how to, the smarter ways to do this. And so again, if you want to support content like that, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you do sign up for Apex, use my promo code. We appreciate it. Alright, so we're hanging out, we're waiting here. Limited risk though. We'll cut this if it starts to break down too much. It'll be our first our first loss on the day, really. Maybe not though. Come on, bounce on up there. Let's get it. All right, come on. Apex is futures, but most Forex traders should be trading futures as well. Like in futures, you can day trade some currencies, gold, the S&P, the NASDAQ, very similar to Forex. It's just easier. There's less red tape. There's no PDT rule. You don't need VPNs like you do in a lot of Forex platforms. It's just a lot better, in my opinion. But it's subjective. But in my opinion, futures is much better. All right, there we go. All right, so we took a piece off. Locked it in. Take another piece off, lock that in. We're up about $100 on the day. I might actually add some more here. Yeah, we're gonna add some more to this. There we go. Took a little bit more off there, locked it in even more. Yeah, we're up about 100 on the day. Nice little 5-to-1 win-loss ratio too. Beautiful bounce. We'll hold the rest break even. Dixie pulling back. I could have held more too, but it's all right. Yeah, we're gonna cut it. All right, so yeah, we're up $100 basically on the day, a little bit under. All right, chat. Yeah, I'm trading the 5-minute. Yeah, the good thing about Apex is that you can open up 10 accounts, right? Like 20 accounts. You can get up to 20 accounts. That's super useful. Super useful. All right, guys. Dixie up to 103s. Let's get up to 132K. Guys, we're getting close. Again, we got manufacturing and services PMI later on too. Apple breaking highs. So Apple's bouncing back a little bit now. Bro, my stock account is so green, dude. You love to see it. PayPal's so nice too, bro. I'm in PayPal at 5140s. It's at 66 almost. You love it. You love to see it. Palantir, we're killing it on that one too. Oracle, we're still in Oracle at 99. It's at 130s. Ooh, what a good buy for Oracle. Nike, we got lucky for earnings there. Nike has earnings today. We're in Nike. Let's see if it kills it too. Microsoft, we're in at 312. It's at almost 430. Some of these entries on these investments and swing trades are powerful, man. Not to brag, top 3 greatest entries of all time ever. I'm in Delta Airlines as well. I've been in this one. I took a little bit of profit off yesterday on that one too. I'm in Ford as well. But I'm just going to let it sit. Yeah, dude. You sound emotional, man. Shoal. Like, you just sound emotional, brother. Calm down, man. Everything's all right, dude. Let it out here, man. Like, come on now. Like, we don't have... Like, if you hate somebody that much, you gotta, you know, go to a therapist, bro. You shouldn't hate me. You know what I mean? You shouldn't hate anybody. Like, I don't hate anybody. I try not to hate people, you know? I might dislike people. But if I dislike them, I just don't watch them. You know, I'm definitely not gonna go from room to room, stream to stream, just spewing hate and let it out, dude. I mean, come on now. It's all right. All right, we got a pullback on the NASDAQ here. Pullback on the NASDAQ. Part of me wants to buy it up, but I've been buying these dips and it's been working, so eventually it's not going to work. So I think I just need to chill a little bit and hang out. Oh, I'm not here. Oh, my bad. Hey, guys, what's up? I forgot to put this back up. No, I didn't, Daphne. I'm sorry. I don't know enough about the company to buy it. I don't know if it's closed next Friday or not. I truly believe, like, this is something I genuinely, truly believe, is that when you get what you put out. If you are putting out nonsense, if you're spending your time creating fake accounts trying to make people miserable, you're going to get misery back, right? Like, I truly believe this, too. If you spend your time trying to help people and you put goodness out in the world, you get goodness back. If you put out negativity, misery, that's what you get back, you know? It's a quote, Harold and Kumar. The universe tends to unfold as it should. You know what I mean? And so what I take from that is that if you're out there putting negative stuff constantly being mean, attacking people, trying to make people feel bad, creating fake accounts, trying to troll people, and like, again, you're just going to get that back, you know? So just be happy, I guess is the point. Be nice. Spread goodness. How will flash manufacturing PMI affect markets? It might affect it. I don't know how much it's going to affect it. It might affect it some. Yeah, I think people let their insecurity, like, run. You know, like I deal with it with my daughter a lot. Like, my daughter has, like, friends at school that are just mean. And granted, they're a bunch of teenagers, right? And they'll, like, insult her and make fun of her. I always tell them to respond with the same thing, which is that, like, how insecure are you to go around just trying to make people feel bad? Like, you know, must be struggling at home, must be struggling in your own head. Like, you know, sometimes you need to put that into perspective for people, and that's what I tell my daughter to do, and it tends to work, right? If some kid's making fun of her all the time, and she tells them that, usually the kid stops, because if the kid keeps it up, you know, everybody kind of looks at him and says, hey, you're just insecure, you know, and so it works. And if you really think about it, most of that stuff is from insecurity. Like, people are insecure, maybe they're not where they want to be in life, you know. Maybe John over there at Beginner Trading is so handsome, and, like, that makes them feel some type of way about it, and you know, they just want to make John mad, and that's okay. Listen, let it out here, all right? That's what I'm here for. But still. Apple at 177s, chat, 177s. FedEx, maybe, you know. Did you watch Goodfellas? I mean, I've seen Goodfellas probably 1,000 times. You gotta stop being so handsome. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Look, I just can't help it. Handsomeness flows through me, you know. That's just who I am. But that's not always true. Sometimes you have a real right to be mad and people are like, you're just insecure. It depends. Of course that's true. There's always outliers. I'm not saying every time somebody says you're insecure is justified. What I'm saying is that if somebody's like personally attacking you and just kind of going out of their way to be weird and mean, it's almost always insecurity on the person's, like on the person. You know, that's almost always that true. Now, if you have a genuine criticism about something, you know, that's different, of course, and that's a different thing. But yeah. Top 3 most handsome traders at your house? Definitely at my house, you know. Right, the problem with people who hate everyone is that they really just hate themselves. 100%, yeah. I'm not ready for that stuff. Yeah, bro, it gets hard, man. Teenagers are freaking mean, dude. Or just narcissistic. They tend to do it for enjoyment. Maybe, yeah. Market is closed next Friday for Good Friday. Oh yeah, it's I forgot about that. It is the holiday. All right. Let me look. I'll check to see if the market. Normal stock market holidays depend on the country where the exchange is located. Common holidays: New Year's Eve, Christmas, Good Friday, Thanksgiving. So in terms of stock market activity, let me look. Yeah, so Good Friday, the stock market's closed. Friday, March 29th, the market's going to be closed. Or maybe it's a 1 p.m. close. I'll have to look. Yeah, so the stock market is closed. So the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, and bond markets are closed Friday, March 29th for Good Friday. So that's true. I just lost 2 FTMO accounts, bought a new FTMO with my last. Should I buy gold now and hope? I have no idea what you should do always at profit. Genuinely no idea. I can't help you make money. I'm one of the top 3 worst traders of all time in the world right now, bro. And so I have no idea what you should do. Just be careful. I would scale down your size and stop trading large and you know, stop gambling, I guess is the easiest way to put it. But I have no idea your situation. I don't really trade Forex either. Always in profit. So asking me to tell you what you should do with your last $500 in a demo or in a funded account program in Forex is, you know, I can't think of an analogy right now. It's like asking King Kong how to fit in a pair of pants. I have no freaking idea, bro. There you go. There's an analogy. Top 3 analogies in the world right now. Isn't this a signal stream? No. This is an economic data / stock market / futures trading stream, but I don't want anybody to copy me. In fact, my disclaimer says here, remember, I am terrible at this stuff and have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, understand rule CFTC 4.41. You know, don't copy me. My channel's called Beginner Trading, bro. What made you think it's a signal stream, dude? Come on now. Honestly, your big problem is that you're trying to copy off random people on the internet instead of just figuring out a system and strategy that works well, you know. That analogy was rough, dude. Don't talk about my analogy like that. No, I haven't. I have gotten sued one time, okay? Not about trading terms. So I'll tell you this, all right? When I was I had to be like 21, maybe like 21. I was 21, and I had a Mitsubishi Evo car. Loved it, was fast. I'm in Baton Rouge, and I want to say I'm on Sherwood Forest. Right, I'm on Sherwood. I'm in Baton Rouge, and I'm driving, and this SUV slams on its brakes in front of me at a red light. Right, it slams on its brakes. I go crashing into the back of it. Right, crashing into the back of it. And it totals my car. You know, rest in peace to the car. And they were super nice. Like, a lady gets out. She's in scrubs. She's like, at the time she was much older than me. She had to be like in her 30s. She's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? You know, I look young. I looked especially young back then. And she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, I didn't feel anything. I wasn't hurt at all. But she's getting out, walking around. She's fine. I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Like, we're fine. Like, everything's all good. Anyway, so we exchange insurance information, everything else like that. And again, the cops show up, they ask her, hey, I'm good. Oh, okay, cool. Anyways, I get home about a month later. I get a letter. She's suing my insurance for like $20,000, saying that she hurt her neck. I'm sitting there like, bro, you were, you know, and I'm not even, like, to be honest, I'm not even mad, right? This is my insurance company, so it's not me. At the time, this is one of the worst accidents I've been in. Like, the only time I've ever gotten sued was this. And so, yeah, she ends up suing. And again, it's my insurance company, so I can't really get mad. I can't even say I wouldn't do the same thing because, you know, it's somebody else's insurance company. You know, but I just thought it was funny because she was fine. She was walking around. Everything was good. She was checking on me. Because her car wasn't really that damaged. She was in an SUV. But now all of a sudden she's hurt. She probably talked to an attorney. I can't even get mad. But yeah, that's the only time I was sued. Bro, I gotta get rid of this toss things. No, that's not how it starts. You're buying signals from somebody is the biggest mistake you can make, always in profit. So just don't copy signals from anybody, dude. He lost his account listening to other streamers, and now he's out for big Mahogany John over here. Okay, I see you. I get it. I see what you're doing. You know, you should never copy a trade. You should use it as a guideline. But at the end of the day, you are the one in control. Yeah, I mean, again, just don't copy me. That's all I'm saying. I don't want you to copy me. Gold's pushing up. We're over 2,200. Nvidia here, chat. Nvidia breaking highs again, up to 924s. The Nasdaq's still up there. Still trying to make moves. My 20-year-old just had someone crash into us. Yeah, I mean, then you just gotta threaten to sue the insurance company, Daphne, is usually what you gotta do. Mahogany Jimothy, you know? Yeah, again, I'm not even mad, Manuel. I can't get too upset. I joined and subscribed to the stream hoping for signals to pass the final FTMO I can afford. Can anyone help? No. We're not here to give signals, bro. And the fact that you're going from stream to stream, asking desperate for signals, shows that you're really not ready to get funded, bro. You think you're going to do any better once you're funded? Going around asking people for signals? Like, come on now, dude. That's just not how you make money in trading. Even if you're new, that's just not what you should be learning strategies and systems and risk management with a paper account first. Trying to pass accounts with signals is just like, it sounds like you're gambling, brother. I would just be really careful, man. Like, you don't want to let that spiral out of control. Just be smart, man. If it was me, I would stop and just paper trade and wait. You shouldn't have a time frame on when you have to get funded. I would put that account away for now, paper trade somewhere, and just slowly learn and try to build up a sample size of good trades in paper first, because what you're doing sounds like it's a terrible idea. Like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know, the way you make money in trading, even if it's marketed to you that way, is not by finding signal services and copying the signal services. I'm not saying you can't use like trading view indicators. Like, Chart Prime's a sponsor of mine, right? And they give trading, like, it's a custom trading view indicators. But like, looking for some guru to give you signals is probably not the move. You know, again, the problem is that with a lot of these guys giving away these picks, right? What they'll do is they'll give you a huge risk and a small reward target, because they have an interest in keeping you coming back to them. Right? So they'll say, yeah, you know, you enter at $10 and your risk is $8 and you want to make $10.50. So your reward is 50 cents. Your risk is $2, you know? So it's literally a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio, because they want you to win, you know, because in a system like that, like in a system like that, you're going to win most of the time, right? But when you lose, you're going to lose everything. It's going to lose all the profit you made for the last 4+. And so it's just not going to work, right? But they have an interest in keeping you coming back. So they'll give you a tiny reward target, a huge risk, you know, and then because they want you to just keep coming back to them. Because if you take one trade and you win, even though you're going to win most of the time with that system, but it doesn't make it profitable, you're going to keep coming back to them, right? So it just doesn't work like that. It's not, taking call outs from somebody is not what you want to do. It's mostly a scam market, unfortunately. Yeah, they'll say things like you haven't lost anything until you sell. Yeah. Can you therefore recommend me a signal stream that actually works? No. You know. What did old JP say yesterday? JP said that they were going to cut rates pretty soon, sometime this year, most likely, is the base case. Yeah, that's basically what he said. All right, chat. Did the Zach Morris trader guy ever come back? Why can't you answer the above question? What question? Sorry, I'm just now looking at the chat. What question? Can you recommend me a signal stream that actually works? Because I don't know. Because following signals is for suckers, man. Like following call outs is for suckers. Like looking for some guru to give you signals on what you should buy or sell short term is for suckers, man. And so I don't know any signals, things like that at all. You know, my channel's called Beginner Trading. I don't claim to be an expert or anything like that. Like we're just kind of hanging out here. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this study. There we go. That should stop the signals from keep showing up on my charts. All right, chat. We got 25 minutes until the market opens. 25 minutes. We got manufacturing PMI data coming out live too as well today, chat. So manufacturing PMI. All right, chat. Again, we got manufacturing services PMI. All right. All right, we had jobless claims. What else we got? All right, so we're going to be day trading live at the opening bell. All right, chat. So your jobless claims are out. What else do we have? Let's get ready. I love your signals, John. For sure. My name is Beginner Trading, man. Can you unban James? My bad, bro. Hold on, dude. Sorry. Yeah, I got you, bro. Hold on. Sorry, James. I got you, bro. Pawn accidentally banned you. There you go. Alright, so you should be back now. Got you. Sorry, James. Pawn accidentally banned you, I think. Yeah, again, we just try to be honest with people, man. You know? I mean, it doesn't stop people from getting weird and expecting too much from me, but we just try to be honest. He was literally trolling. Yeah, do not go to that page, bro. Do not go to that page. Whatever page they recommended, do not go to it. Yeah, almost certainly scammers. Okay, yeah, they're gonna literally steal your money if you go to the scammer. If you go to that scammer's page, they're gonna promise you the world. They're gonna promise you crazy good percentage returns. They're gonna probably try to message you on Telegram and scam you and tell you that they can make all this money for you. They are hoping you're dumb enough to follow it. That's what that guy was sitting here doing, was trying to scam everybody. Do not fall for it. It is absolutely a scam. It's probably the guy himself. Like, it's genuinely probably the guy himself, pretending to be somebody else, like vetting for him. That's how the scammers get people. And they get people for a lot of money. You know, they get people for a lot of money. Again, if you take somebody that doesn't understand trading in markets and you promise them crazy big returns, most people are going to recognize it. Like, most people are going to be resilient and smart enough to be like, nah, this is nonsense. You're going to have a small percentage of people who are so desperate to believe it's true. Maybe they are struggling financially, right? And if I'm struggling financially and somebody comes to me and they say, yo, John, we can, earn you 50% returns in a week or whatever it is, I might be more prone to believe that because I want it to be true with confirmation bias. Like, I want it to be true. That's how they take advantage of people, and they scam people, and they just catch people, and they scam them. And usually what happens is if you're dumb enough to send people like that money, you will never, ever see it back. You will never see it again. They're just going to change their name, change their account, create a new one, and scam somebody else. That's how it goes. Just be smart. Like, don't fall for that. Just be smart. Again, if you ever watch, there's a YouTube channel called Catfish, right? Some of the most successful catfishes that these channels find are trading and investing related. They had a dude who fell for a crypto scam, right? They had a pretty girl as the customer service representative, probably some dude named Bob, realistically, but they used a pretty girl's picture as the CSR rep managing his account. And so he would send them money, right? He would send them money, and they would message him, and they would even have a dashboard where he could check his money, right? Where he could check his gains. And so he sent them $5,000 or something. And then she came back and she's flirting with him. She's like, oh, you're cute. Like, you're a handsome guy. So he thinks he's got an online girlfriend after a certain point, and she's managing his account. And then they also put, hey, this is Bill's account. Bill's account now has turned from $5,000 to $60,000 to $120,000. So my guy thinks he's got a new girlfriend, that he's rich now, and he just needs to withdraw the money. And so what they would do is they would get this pretty girl who's really probably a dude named Bob. When he eventually he's going to come to withdraw it, he's like, yeah, I'm up $200K. Let me withdraw that. I feel so bad for this guy, but honestly, I'm not going to say he deserved it, but like, come on now, bro. But he goes to withdraw it. And what they do is they tell him, they say, hey, if you want to withdraw your $200,000, you got to pay taxes on it now, right? Like, yeah, like the U.S. government's not going to do that. They're going to take taxes. We got to take taxes out of this for tax purposes. And then he's like, okay, well, why don't you just take the $30K out of the account? It's $200K. Just take the $30K out. They say, oh no, before we can touch it, you need to pay taxes on it. You need to send us 30 grand cash. So the dude's so desperate for it to be real. He's so desperate for it to be true. He thinks he's got 200,000. He sends them another 30 grand to his online girlfriend. And the online girlfriend consistently does this. Then they say, oh, we had a great trading day. Now it's 400,000 before he can withdraw it. Now you got to send us another 50K before you can take it out. There's always a problem. There's always more taxes, more money that they need to send. Eventually, they're just milking this man for up to over $100,000. I'll see if I could find the episode. And you just end up feeling horrible for this guy. And this guy thinks he's got an online girlfriend. He thinks that, like, you know, he's so desperate. Confirmation bias. Again, I talk about this a lot. It's such a powerful thing. If you want something to be true, you're more likely to ignore red flags. And that's what happened here. But again, the worst ones I've seen were in trading. The worst ones. Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad, man. All right. If you think I'm scamming people in any way, Bob, come on now, dude. If you think I'm scamming people in any way, bro, literally, number one, the platforms I promote are legitimate. Okay, number two, I genuinely tell people that most day traders lose money and that that's no different for any of the platforms I'm promoting, that almost all day traders lose. And I tell people I have no idea what I'm talking about, not liable. I don't want people to copy me. I'm not an expert. And anytime I plug anything, I tell people I'm incredibly biased in their favor. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on YouTube and trading that does that, right? I'm the only person that's that real about my sponsors, that I'm biased. They pay me money, of course. And so I'm biased. I don't know of anybody else that does that. And so if you can't tell the difference between what I talked about prior to this and that, you're just trying to hate. Like, you're just mad, most likely because you got banned or something, and maybe you know that's the reality of it. Anyways, yeah, I have zero sympathy for somebody like that. I feel for him, but again, he's kind of, they kind of let their pride get in the way. Like, when the girl starts flirting with him, it's kind of like he lets his own ego ignore the red flags. Like, he thinks he's so handsome that some random account manager is going to be his girlfriend. Like, of course not. You know, those are red flags that are hard to ignore. But they happen, man. I'll see if I can find the video. It's a rough one to watch, but it's super interesting how these scammers get people, you know. Yeah, I wonder, like, the Bobs genuinely seemed to be upset that I was talking bad about the scammers. I wonder if I wonder if Bob's the guy we're talking about here, you know? That or Bob fell for one of those scams and it just hurts to hear. That's possible too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about the stock market. I don't even know what the stock market is, bro. What's a stock, dude? Somebody help me out here. Tell me what a stock is. A lot of women are catfish too. Yeah, I mean, it's bad out there. Again, Nvidia at 922s right now, consolidating sideways. I'm waiting for the opening bell to trade. We're green on the day slightly. We're up about $100, but again, we're trying to take it slow. We're getting mostly chop over the last few minutes, so I'm kind of slowing down, not really pushing too hard right now. Jimothy the second. Yeah. Bob the Builder. Yeah, my guy Bob's one of those guys that's got 5 internet girlfriends. They're still real to me. Darn it. They're still real, okay? Yeah, there was an old lady. I've said this 1,000 times, but there was an old lady that thought she was in a relationship. This old, like, biker lady. She thought she was in a relationship with Johnny Depp. And apparently Johnny Depp needed her to send him gift cards because, you know, he wanted to test their love. Make sure it's real, you know? Listen, when Johnny Depp calls on you to send him Walmart gift cards, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? You got to step in and be the hero Johnny Depp needs in that moment, you know? Butthurt Bob. Sounds like a great nickname. Oh man, listen to that cough. I'm still not better. I'm slowly getting better. I feel better today for sure, but I'm still not 100%. Yeah, I do remember the Notre Dame full. There was a documentary about the guy that got catfished. Gold still break it down though. It's still over 2,200. But yeah. Gold's mostly pulling back to support here. I'm curious to see if we bounce. Like, look at gold's support level here. So here's the Dixie. We're gonna change it to gold. If we extend this to the left, look at the support. Yeah, if you're wondering about the trolls, half of the trolls are probably people who have either been banned before or people who like wanted to work with me historically. And, you know, I know a couple people that are like really kind of scorned, where like they really wanted to work with me, but they were just toxic, and I didn't let them. And I know for a fact some of them have come back and created fake accounts and trolled. It's unfortunate, man. Like, people got to move on with their life, bro. If you're still obsessed with me in that way, it's just unhealthy, man. But anyways, gold at 2200s. NASDAQ 100's going. I really have no idea what the NASDAQ is going to do. No idea. Market doing nothing, watching paint right now. Yeah, for sure. That's why you haven't seen me trade a lot. I'm waiting for the market to open in about 9 minutes. It opens. We got manufacturing PMI coming out too, so that's essentially what I'm waiting for. I don't know if it's gonna give us anything, but yeah, that's essentially what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for the market to do something. We're green on the day. We're gonna trade slow. We do have manufacturing PMI coming out, so we do have manufacturing data dropping in about 25 minutes or so. Services PMI, which is the Purchasing Managers Index, that drops at 9:45. So we'll see what that shows up as. Holding a grudge, yeah. I mean, I think people, like, I think a lot of the people that have been like that just don't have any accountability. Like, they know they were toxic, but instead of, like, I think it's hard for people to be introspective, and so I think it's hard for people to look back and be like, hey, John not wanting to work with me is justifiable. You know, I think that's a really hard thing for people to accept, and I think it's a lot easier to like blame whomever you want on it, you know, aside from themselves. You know, I'm one of the top 3 worst people at taking accountability ever in the world right now, but yeah, my guillotine is one of the top 3s of all time. It's getting better too. I was at jiu-jitsu last Friday, and like the guy that runs the school was sitting there watching me roll with one of his students, and I got this other guy, like, again, we scrambled, I guillotined him, and I followed him into mount and tapped him out from mount and guillotine. And even the guy in the school was like, hey bro, you got a good guillotine, your timing's on point. I turned around and said top 3 guillotine ever in the world right now, and he was like, yeah, that's true, you know, that is the top 3 guillotine of all time. Aside from Dustin Poirier, you know. Gold. Is gold a buy right now, chat? Let me know. Do you think gold is a buy? Nvidia, I don't know. Nvidia, the question is, does it hit 1,000? Does Nvidia break 1,000 over the next week? We got Powell tomorrow. Aside from that, we don't really have any economic data, but Powell does speak tomorrow at 9 a.m. And so that's pretty big. We're going to cover that, stream it all live like we always do. The question is, does Nvidia get close to 1,000 anytime soon? I don't know. Didn't some YouTuber Lost 5 mil on Nvidia. I don't know. Maybe. I think a lot of people were shorting Nvidia. Again, I know a lot of people that shorted Nvidia at $400 and $500, and Nvidia's up almost 100% from there, from 500. That is. Look at the VWAP bounce on Nvidia though. So we did bounce. We have this support level that's held like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times on a 1 minute chart. So this level here at about 920 seems to be a big support level, just over 920. But it's also where the volume weighted average price is. The Q's trying to push up some here as well. Amazon dipping down some. That might drag the market down. All right, chat. We got about 4.5 minutes left. 4.5 minutes. I'll put a timer up. We do have manufacturing PMI come out. So I'm going to put a timer up. We have 20 minutes left. All right, so here's when manufacturing data drops. We'll put the timer up, let it roll. Look at the Q bounce. Look at the Q testing highs of the day here. Wow. Let's see if there's some news coming out. It might be Amazon related. Something just happened. AMD just cracked highs. Anything else going on economics wise to justify this move? DoorDash and Wing announced drone partnership. Look at this rip on the Q. The Q just broke highs. I'm trying to see what stock it is. I don't see it. Maybe AMD. I'm looking at Microsoft. Microsoft's breaking highs. Could be Microsoft. Could be Meta. Big bounce on the Q. Still moving up. AMD, it looks to be causing it. AMD just got a big bounce. I don't see any news. Is Reddit IPO out? Let me see. No, not yet. Not on my platform, at least. Hey, thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it could be AMD causing this bounce. Look at AMD up to almost 186, so it could be AMD making this move. We're gonna get ready to day trade futures here, Chad, at the open. Look at the NASDAQ rip. Yeah, MU breaking highs too. Do you use Quant Tower to trade? Yes. Tech coming through strong. Right, it should be out in about 30 minutes, man. Look at the NASDAQ go here. Again, the Q rip it up. Nvidia rip it up. AMD partially to blame, I guess. Look at AMD move. Again, NASDAQ still churning here. Higher and higher. Any prop firm or your own capital? On Quant Tower, it's a prop firm. It's Apex. And again, if you want to check out Apex, it's a funded account program. They give you a demo, test your skill. It's a great way to learn day trading and get started if you don't have that much equity. If you lose, not the end of the world. The base one's only 30 bucks. If you're good enough to pass it, you get between 25K to 300K in funding with a 90% split. In futures, you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, currencies, gold and silver. Patterns are very similar to blue chip stocks. So if you want to learn day trading, it's a great option. They're a sponsor, though. I'm biased because they pay me money. If you want to check them out, though, you can use my promo code BT, Beginner Trading BT. And always remember, guys, the opening bell is almost here. I am terrible at this stuff. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And understand rule CFTC 4.41. All right, chat, here's the opening bell. Here's the opening bell. Use Rhythmic. Rhythmic is what gives you Quant Tower. So this is a Rhythmic account. All right, so a big move up prior to the opening bell on the NASDAQ. Nvidia is starting to dip, though, but AMD is actually running. Nvidia is down to 920s. Here, chat, 920 dip on Nvidia. I'm going to let things settle out. Amazon breaking highs. So Amazon just broke the highs of the day at the opening bell. Got up to 180s. Almost 181s. I think so, Thomas. I'm pretty sure Quant Tower's free in that regard, but I'm not 100%. It's a Rhythmic account. So it's not, they're not going to say Quant Tower. They're just going to say Rhythmic. All right, AMD retracing down here. I'm going to short this then. And there we go. All right, so we just made a little bit, scalping it. We saw AMD break and we shorted. Fed announced a pause and they were kind of dovish in their speech, Kenneth. All right, so we get Nvidia retracing back up. AMD still looking a little flat. MU's still down though, so I don't really trust this run up. But it looks like to be running regardless if I trust it or not. Look at Nvidia rip over. So Nvidia up to 926. Choppy action because we have Nvidia running and AMD dipping here. So we're short. We'll maybe add to it too. It's a small trade, so we can take a little bit less risk with a small contract. All right, so we have 2 contracts now. There we go. It's taking too long. All right, we took half off to protect it. There we go. We'll let this work and we can probably hold the rest break even. There's AMD really flush and break down. We'll cut that. All right, so not too bad here. Again, here's the graph on the day so far. Yes, correct. AMD cracking lows again. Look at AMD down here breaking lows. I'm gonna start buying this now. So we got 4 contracts here. Taking our first larger swing of the day with 4 contracts. Flat. We've been sitting here flat for a while. It's taking too long. Nvidia just flushed down. So we're still green on the day, but much less now. Again, Nvidia just dumped, so we're going to wait. That looks weak for Nvidia. I'm not really going to push too heavy into that. It's just too risky. Manufacturing PMI data comes in. Services PMI comes in about 10 minutes as well. So I don't know if it's enough to cause like deep choppiness in the market, but it might. I don't know. Apple not looking great. Yeah, let me see. So we got some red action here, but it's really like we got an initial downward move. It's not a huge move though, so we still have time. Apple's kind of flat on the day. It's right at the previous closing price level. Or it's at the previous, it's at the 200 EMA VWAP level is where it's at. So Apple's kind of neutral, I would say. All right, seeing some bull action heading back up. All right, chat, we still got about 7 minutes until the manufacturing PMI data. How you guys doing today? Green or red? I'm green on the day. We ended up getting to a couple trades and making our money back here. So yeah, market's coming back. All right, so a complete rebound all the way back up on the NASDAQ here. You can see the Q starting to run, Nvidia breaking up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bet on a choppy range here. We're up about $100 on the day. So we're gonna short into this and bet on a choppy range leading into manufacturing PMI data, because we do have PMI data dropping. And so I'm gonna bet a flat range. I'm not gonna hold this long at all. It's gonna be a very short-term position. We got 4 contracts. I'm expecting us to get at least a mild pullback here with AMD, Nvidia up there. I don't like this. We're getting close to like a magnet level here. I'm gonna cover half just to protect the trade, and then if it turns around, fine. But we limited our losses. All right, so there we go. My fault for taking trades too close to the news release. Although it would have worked, honestly. There we go. So yeah, we're flat on the trade. It's all good. Big pop. Yeah, we're just gonna cut this. Too much risk. E-mini's breaking highs. All right, chat. Again, we got 3 minutes here, or 4 minutes. 4 minutes. No, it's too small. Nike's not big enough and influential enough in markets to really cover or make any, you know, justifiable coverage on it. I mean, we'll watch it, we'll cover it, but we're not gonna, you know, yeah. All right, big rip in markets, big move up. Nvidia's still sideways though. Let's see if Nvidia makes a turnaround. Apple now over the 200 EMA VWAP level. My portfolio is very green today too. I'm wondering why. Let me see what's green. It's just kind of a bunch of little small trades. Except for Tesla. Tesla's nicely green again today too. I think market's gonna crash like a train. Well, didn't you say that like 6 months ago, Panda? You know? What happened with that prediction? Again, maybe it does. I don't know. I see people overpredict crashes so much, man. All right, chat, 2 minutes or 3 minutes here until the economic report PMI data comes out. The Russell. All right, so now we're pulling back a little bit here, team. Again, we're in a really sideways, choppy range. Look at the Q pullback. Look at Nvidia dip. Nvidia just cracked lows down to 911s, lows of market hours, that is. AMD breaking down as well. So bearish action showing up. Again, flat. The market's probably waiting for PMI data coming out. Again, we're going to cover it live here like we always do. So stick around. Expectations for PMI services expected at 52. Manufacturing PMI expected at 51.8. So manufacturing 51.8, and this is strength or weakness in manufacturing services expected at 52. A minute and a half left, chat. A minute and a half left. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're fully caught up on stream. We appreciate it. Okay, so basically you've been watching too much news. Gotcha. All right, chat, here we go. We got a minute left. A minute left. Let's see what we get. Q at 448. Yeah. I know political news will make you think it's the end of the world and that the sky's going to fall anytime you watch it, but they're just trying to get views mostly. Both sides, you know. All right, chat, here we go. 20 seconds left, 20 seconds. Timer's a little bit early. We got 20 seconds, chat. And here we go. 5 seconds. Hit the live button. Hit the play button. Here we go. It's time for volatility here. All right, there we go. Manufacturing PMI higher than expected at 52.5. Services PMI lower than expected at 51.7. And global composite PMI at 52.2 flat. So pretty mixed results. Manufacturing was higher than expected, so more strength. Services was weaker than expected, so weakness there. And global composite was completely flat. And so pretty neutral report in all honesty. I'll put these numbers up on screen. But again, manufacturing PMI came in at 52.5 versus 51.8. Services came in at 51.7 versus 52. So flat data here, pretty neutral data. The market's actually going up a little bit now. And the S&P Global Manufacturing Flash PMI, again, we'll put this number up on screen. Global services came in at 51.7. There you go. Again, market's not really reacting that much to it, but we are getting some movement here. All right, the Q up to 449s. Strength showing up here in chat. Where do you get this news all in one spot right away? Beginner Trading's YouTube channel is where you get it, bro. Listen, I tell you, I'm the fastest person to drop this news for you guys. People can claim they're not or whatever. You guys know. The reason we get like hundreds or thousands of people here is because we cover it quick. So subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. We are pushing towards 132,000 subs, 132K. Thanks so much. All right, starting to see weakness here. I'm going to short this, I guess. There we go. We're going to add to it here too. All right, we took a little bit off. Got a larger breakdown. We'll take that off, scalping it. I'm going to short this again and again. And again, cover, cover that too. All right, so we up to about $120 in profit on the day. We'll take it. Let's see if we keep it up. Here's my profit graph on the day. We did do it pretty well, and this is again on Apex. So again, they give you a demo, they test your skill. If you can pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for the challenge. The base one's $30. If you lose, you're out $30. If you're good enough to pass it, again, they give you a demo and they test your skill. They give you a profit target. The base one, you got to make $1,500 in profit without losing, $1,500 first. And again, 1-to-1 ratio reasonable. If you pass it, you get 25K funding with a 90% split. They pay out millions. They funded and they paid out over $100 million to traders. Great way to learn how to day trade with less risk. And so do not put up thousands of dollars yourself trying to day trade in the beginning. You're almost certain to lose whatever you put up in the beginning. Instead, limit your risk. If you lose this, you're out $30. But if you pass it, you still get a 90% split. It's the best of both worlds. Again, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased, of course, because they pay me money. I'm always honest and transparent about that. But again, if you want to check them out, use my promo code BT, Beginner Trading, BT. We got a big breakdown after this data report, guys. A pretty big breakdown here. Quickest and most accurate, served with explaining to the results as well. People pay money for what this guy's providing here. Hey, thanks so much, bro. That's what we're here for, man. And again, a lot of people go with they want to sell courses and stuff like that. Like I just try to make my money on the back end. I give everything away for free, and we make money through sponsors and promotions. Like we can give everything away for free. We don't charge a penny for any of it. I don't even claim to be a good trader. And so, you know, I never wanted to be a guru. The only trainings is watching this, you know. All right, so we are flushing down now here, chat. We are flushing down. You're honest, which is rare. Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks. Gold break it down a little bit. Apple testing lows. MU's pretty flat. We've gotten a lot of breakdowns here now. Part of me wants to short this. Oof, and just get punished on my short. All right, we got out of that. We're still up over 100 or right around 100. But yeah, just not going to risk that. Could have shorted it and stayed in it, I guess, but it's all good. All right, we got a pretty big bounce up. All right, so we made some money here shorting the top on the S&P E-mini. Kind of slowly taking profit into it. We'll get out the rest break even. We got 2 contracts left. We're flat. Now we're slightly green. A lot of up wicks here, maybe signaling some selling pressure, hopefully for my position at least. Up a little bit here. Try to be patient with this one too, but it's taking a long time. Good thing is that we can get out flat and not be too concerned with it. It just might take a little while. We got another candle opening up. Hopefully that'll trigger some red action, but who knows? There's the new candle and a green action. Another rejection. Let's see if it holds now. There we go. There we go. All right, so that's better. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this. We've held it long enough. So yeah, we're up over 130 in gross at least. Over 130 in gross. Slow and steady gains. Pretty consistent. Big breakdown still happening, so that's why we've mostly been short today. Mostly short. One of my other sponsors is a company called Chart Prime. It's a trading view service we use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, anything with a symbol on trading view. It can be really powerful, and I always try to back test it live before I even look at it, just to show people how powerful this can be. So like, let's look at today's action. Look at the sell signal, beautiful drop. Like, look at this is a 5-minute chart as well. And again, I can't fake this. I can't guarantee you're gonna make money. They're a sponsor of mine. I'm biased, but like, look at the sell signal and look at the beautiful drop. Look at the strong buy signal here. Beautiful bounce, like huge bounce for hours and hours. Again, let's keep going. I don't see one of these that didn't work today so far. Sell signal here, beautiful drops, strong buy signal showing up here, beautiful bounces, and then we had a recent one. It's too early to tell with this one, but all of them worked today. I can't fake that. You can use this on any time frame. I can use it on an hourly time frame. And again, I don't know if it's going to work or not work on any specific time frame, but look at this hourly chart. These candlesticks represent an hour, literally called the top, days of breakdowns. Bottom here, days of rebounding. Sell signal here, days and days of drops. Buy signal here, really nice bounce. Sell signal there, really nice drop. Buy signal there, really nice bounce. So even for longer term, genuinely impressive. Again, I can't fake it. It's a company called Chart Prime. There's so much stuff that they offer: back testers, oscillators, screeners. It's custom trading view indicators, so you can use it with anything on trading view. And again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can. Nobody can. They're a sponsor, but if you want to check them out, I'll put this link up. There's the link right there. You get 40% off if you use my link. And I'm going to get out of here, guys. Y'all be safe, okay? Y'all be good in the market. Remember, Powell speaks tomorrow. Jerome Powell speaks tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Be careful. Powell speaks tomorrow. We're going to stream the entire thing live right here like we always do. And again, y'all just be good. Y'all be safe. I appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much for the good time today. And as I always say, remember, chat, I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always got to make your own assessment, trade responsibly. If you want to check out Apex and try to get funded, like you see me trading a funded account today, check out Apex if you want to try one out. Link is in the description. I love you all. They're sponsors. I'm biased. It helps support my free content. And y'all be good, guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Again, be safe in the markets right now, guys. Be safe. We also have new home sales dropping in about 3 minutes. It's not really big enough for me to stick around and cover. But remember, Jerome Powell tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, Powell speaks. Y'all be good. I'll see you guys.